96.1 AX, Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 56 degrees at 10 o'clock. I'm David Valorado. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Home improvements with no interest financing if you need it. TrustPJ.com. Ceasefire talks are scheduled to take place this weekend in Islamabad, but Israel's ongoing attacks on Hezbollah targets are creating questions as whether or not those talks will take place. CBS's Elizabeth Palmer in Tel Aviv explains the ambiguity.
When the Pakistanis announced the ceasefire on Tuesday night, the war between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon was explicitly listed as being covered by the ceasefire. The very next morning, Israel launched this ferocious attack on Hezbollah in Lebanon, and the Iranians went, hey, wait a minute, that wasn't supposed to happen. That's covered by our agreement. The U.S. and Israel said, actually, no, it's not.
Do you remember the case of the man from Brazil who was taken into custody by immigration enforcement during a traffic stop near Osborne Elementary? Charges against 38-year-old Bruno Guedes da Silva have now been withdrawn. He'd been taken into custody for allegedly trying to buy a Glock and saying he was not an illegal alien in the U.S. on the paperwork. ICE said he is in the country illegally, but his attorney says he's seeking asylum. The Trib reports that the DA's office has withdrawn its charges against him, citing compassionate and humanitarian reasons. Da Silva's daughter is receiving cancer care at a local hospital. Federal authorities still have Da Silva in custody. He faces a bond hearing on the 13th. City Council spent more than 2.5 hours Wednesday looking at Mayor O'Connor's proposed budget amendments. Among the ongoing concerns of Councilmember Barb Warwick, moving money that had already been allocated for vehicles after UPMC had agreed to provide money for EMS vehicles. She says the state of the fleet is so bad that the UPMC money should be viewed as extra cash and not a reason to reallocate money.
We are currently paying $400,000 a month on repairing vehicles because our fleet is so old.
The Postal Service is suspending contributions for a federal pension plan. CBS News correspondent Michael Wallace has more on that.
The agency announced it will temporarily stop making $200 million payments every other week for its employer contributions to the federal employees' retirement system. The Postal Service's chief financial officer says there will be no immediate impact to its current or future retirees. The suspension of those payments should save the cash-strapped agency about $2.5 billion this fiscal year.
The Postal Service reported a $9 billion loss last year. On Wall Street, stocks are lower at this hour. The Dow is currently down 52 points. The Nasdaq is down about 60, and the S&P 500 currently dropping about 7. KDKA Sports, the Pens are at New Jersey tonight. It's a 7 o'clock face-off. They will clinch a playoff spot if they win tonight. KDK Radio News Time, 10:03. Right now around the Pittsburgh area, sun's coming out in most places. It's 56 degrees. We have KDKA AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast, both coming up next.
When disaster strikes your home or business, Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration of Pittsburgh is ready to help. Our certified team handles everything from emergency cleanup to full reconstruction, working directly with your insurance to make the process simple. Available 24/7, we respond fast and restore your property with care, honesty, and experience you can trust. Visit panhandlecr.com. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, restoring Pittsburgh's peace of mind.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener. Like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV. But if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to you at a campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty? Is the accident roster has a couple of entries on it, unfortunately. One in Upper St. Clair Township on Devonwood Drive near Washington Road. Also an accident being cleared in Clairton on 7th Street at the intersection with Halcombe Avenue. Parkway East on the inbound ride has eased up a bit for you. The suburban side still slows at Edgewood Swissvale, but traffic has eased for you and things are moving well as you round the bend toward town past the Oakland and Boulevard of the Allies ramps. Just know there's some slow-go traffic for you downtown getting up onto the lower deck of the outbound Fort Pitt Bridge from the Parkway East. No accidents or problems there, just lots of heavy traffic. Parkway West on the inbound side is stacking at the top of the hill. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today, plenty of sunshine and pleasant, becoming breezy and warmer, high 75, partly cloudy tonight, though 53. Clouds on the increase tomorrow, breezy and warm, perhaps a late day shower, high 76. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
My Bloomfield relatives would set up shop, their gambling operation and their numbers writing operation in my grandmother's closet in the first floor of her house in Shadyside whenever the feds or even city cops would come and arrest them a couple times a year for running the slot machines and for running the numbers and the gambling operations that they ran out of Bloomfield. And I distinctly remember it because when I went to my grandmother's house after they'd all been arrested and they would move their operation to her house to kind of till the heat died down. And man, this had to be 50 years ago. I remember all the noise and they had, it was actually kind of cool. They were obviously all Italians and they love food. And my grandmother would call us to come up and eat. And we literally lived right, this is on Claiborne Street in Shadyside, and we lived right around the corner on Noble Street. And I'd like, hell yeah. My Uncle Huge and my aunts, and they would all be there. And they'd have these phone lines set up. It was so cool. And they were all on the phones answering calls for gambling. Numbers or football pools, whatever they were running at the time. And I distinctly remember the whole room, there was a whole table of food, man. I loved it. And I couldn't understand. I couldn't understand why the hell they were there, except that I loved the food. Well, it came to pass as I got older, they explained it to me that they had this deal with the cops in the state and the feds, and that a couple times a year they would arrest them. They'd pay a fine, they'd get out of jail, and then they'd set up shop at my grandmother's and let the heat die down, and then they'd start over again. True story. My grandfather, God bless him, Jim Coda, my man, we would go to those Italian clubs in Bloomfield. They're still there. And he would get a little piece of paper and he'd write numbers on it. And if the numbers that you wrote down matched the stock market that day, you hit the number. Boom, done. Paid 500 to 1. That was that. And then my grandfather, Jim Coda, and this would happen in the bars there. And these are those Italian clubs. They had the bocce in the basement. It was a very cool way to grow up, to be honest. I love the smell, the sound, all of it. I would drink cherry Cokes and watch my grandfather drink everything else. And then there were those slot machines. And guys and women would play the slot machines. It was kind of cool. It actually was. I had no idea all of it was illegal. But to me, it was kind of like Kennywood in Bloomfield. What's my point? I see they're bragging about shutting down this slot machine empire, as they call it, ran by this Duffy Conley guy. And that he gave up $5 million and he's getting out of the business. Fine. And I like Dave Sunday, the Attorney General. I do. He's actually a cool guy. But when they decide that this is some big-time, dark and dirty gambling operation, and let me read the quotes. Illegal gambling operations are not victimless crimes. Okay. They rip off consumers with games that are not regulated. Okay. Provide little or no chance of winning. Okay. And do not comply with gambling self-exclusion lists intended to protect those struggling from addiction. Okay. Couple things. When my uncles and aunts were writing numbers in Bloomfield, it was illegal. And then the state said, man, we can kick some ass and make some major money with that. So that became the lottery. I'm just saying, when my uncles and aunts and their kids actually ended up running sports books in Bloomfield where they would take bets on Steeler games and et cetera, that was illegal. I remember. Until the state and the feds figured out, whoa, we can make money on that. Now we have teenage boys and a college fraternity brothers losing their asses and spending their entire college loan on cell phone gambling. Just saying. For the Attorney General saying these crimes aren't victimless. Okay. And then when they decided that all of these things were illegal when my relatives were doing them, but when they decided they could make money from them, they made them legal. Now to the slot machines in bars. I've been in 1,000 bars in Pennsylvania, in Ohio, and West Virginia. And the old timers, they'll have 3 or 4 slot machines in those bars. And the old timers go and play them. And that's that. And I like Dave Sunday. But if anyone does any research, and you can, the slot machines in the bars pay off at the same pace and or higher and or lower, depending on which place, than the casinos. This notion that there are all these gambling addicts in the bars and they don't have them in the casinos is crap. Come on, man. Look, all I'm saying is I find it ironic. Like this guy, we've done stories on him, Duffy Conley, this alleged organized crime figure, and he ran the slots. Maybe so. And they took 400 machines from him, and they did. But you tell me, what the hell's the difference between the machines in those bars and the machines in a casino? They both pay off about the same. Prove me wrong. Look, if the casino machines paid off any more, then the bar guys wouldn't play them. And if the bar machines didn't pay off at all, the bar folks wouldn't play them. I know a guy in West Virginia that has hundreds of illegal machines. Hell of a guy. And at the end of the day, it's a hypocrisy that as I grew up, my uncles and aunts that wrote numbers went to jail. And then the state stole the idea and it became the lottery. As I grew up, my aunts and uncles in Bloomfield that ran a sports betting operation went to jail until the feds and the state caught on and realized they could turn this into $1 billion business and rip off teens on their cell phones. Right? And as I grew up and watched the old Italians playing these slot machines in the bars until they all went to jail, then the state found out that they could make billions from it, and now it's legal. At the end of the day, folks, prove me wrong. How the hell is my uncle writing numbers and my cousins running a sports book and my uncle and the Italian clubs in Bloomfield with slot machines any different than the casino? Any different? Come on, tell me. Help me out here. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Marty. I used to be a big-time gambler, not so much anymore. You hit the nail on the head. It's all about the money.
Come on, man.
The state took in $3 billion in tax revenue from gaming last year. All your local mom and pops, the bars, etc. The state views that as, hey, they're taking money out of our coffers.
That's right.
We need the people in the casinos so we can get the money.
Ding, 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 ding. Jackpot. Ding, 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 ding. My man.
It's all about the money. It's, hey, these local mom and pops, they're taking our money, so we're going to send the attorney general in and local law enforcement and the gaming board and bust them all up because they're stealing our money.
My man, when I was a younger reporter and a bit naive, I would go in these so-called big raids, and they go to some friggin' mom and pop bar in Fayette County with some old timer pouring beer, and come on, man. 95 guys would take out 2 old slot machines, and we're supposed to feel good about that. Come on, man. Come on, Matt. What are we doing here, man?
That's it. Meanwhile, the state, the state wants that money, so they're going to go out and try to shut down any of these other organizations out because it's all about the money.
Hey, Matt. Tell me there's no difference between the payout in the bar versus the payout in the casino. None.
Marty, this is what gets me about casino. The state in Pennsylvania takes 34% off the top. Your local municipality takes 2%. That's 36% off the top before anything else. The payouts are better in the local mom and pop bars than they are down at the casino.
I've heard this.
You tell me if the state's taking 36% of the revenue, how's the casino making any money?
Right on.
They're doing it by not paying back. Like in Vegas and other places, you got 98% payback on slots, 90% payback on slots. I don't know what it is in Pennsylvania, but it can't be very much if the state's taking 36% right off the top.
Right on, brother. Hypocrisy, man. I watched it growing up. It's kind of fun. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic. Powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is we want to give folks the heads up about work and single lane restrictions that are happening again today in Ross Draper Township, Westmoreland County. This is on I-70, both east and westbound. Until about 3 p.m., you'll find crews working between exit 43, that is for Route 201, Fayette City, and exit 46, of course, the big intersection and interchange for Route 51 at I-70. So just plan ahead and leave a little extra travel time if you are headed there. Headed inbound on the Parkway West, you have company that greets you at the top of Green Tree Hill there. Parkway East inbound has eased off. It's just slow go between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds, and you're overweight. Winner, winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you, with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So, yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou, because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds, too. Get a quote right now at 800-200-1966, 800-200-1966, or biglou.com.
We had a furnace guy, stranger, come to our house, and he said it would be $300 to fix a part that was broken. This is a true story. I called Tootie's people, Tootie Mechanical. They came to the house, fixed the part, didn't need to replace it. They're that good. They're that professional. Tootie Mechanical works to make you happy. The best service, the best training, the best pricing I've ever seen in my life. Tootie Mechanical, 412-771-4100. Check them out.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Man, my friends at NASCAR Roofing, they're out working in this weather, fixing damage from these storms. My man James from Lower Borough called them, and they're on it. Did work on his home. He had them do his mother's roof as well. James loved NASCO's quality work and appreciated NASCO working with his insurance company to get everything approved. NASCO is wonderful. They've satisfied thousands like James. Get NASCO on your roof. Call NASCO Roofing, 412-373-2000, 412-373-2000. Most jobs done in a day. Special financing available. NASCO Roofing, NASCO.
Hey, this is Lisa from Nest Expressions Window Fashions, and I am so proud to announce the opening of my second Hunter Douglas Gallery at 3150 Washington Road in McMurray. Book a free shop-at-home appointment at nestexpressions.com.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Big front page story in the paper that they got this Duffy Conley guy who had kind of a hold on these gaming machines in the area. I've done a number of stories on him. My boy Andy Sheehan from Katy has done them as well. And when you're a young reporter, you're like, okay, here's my story. I'm going home. But as you get older, as I am, you kind of look at your life. I swear, my grandfather, back in the day, and it's amazing, they had access to cigarettes with no stamp on them. So you would save like $1 a pack. My grandfather was the man. They had stolen inspection stickers for guys who couldn't afford, and all the stuff, man, my grandfather was involved in. No wonder I had headed down the wrong path. But the thing that stands out the most was the number stuff, because I would stand on Liberty Avenue where my uncle kind of did his thing, Uncle Huge. I loved my Uncle Eugene. And my aunt and my cousins, and I still have cousins up there in Bloomfield. 7 C's, anyone remember the restaurant? Unbelievable. And people would just slip my uncle numbers all day. And if they paid off, check this out. My man sent me this note, and this is spot on. The numbers bookies paid 600 to 1. Okay? And sometimes 700 to 1. The state, when it came out with the lottery, paid 500 to 1. Ha! At J&L Steel, my boy sends me a text. My dad's numbers guy paid $700 every single steel mill. My uncle Tommy, who I love, my man, my Uncle Tommy was a badass. He ran gambling. What's my point? They make this big hoopla about we're going to take down these gambling tycoons. Okay. And you end up at some beat-up bar in Fayette County with a pickup truck and a bunch of agents with forklifts. And you're thinking, man, is this as good as it gets? Are these people running some organized crime ring here? And what it is exactly what Mark said when he called. What they do is they take a piece of the pie that the state and the casinos still want. Because you cannot prove me wrong here. You cannot prove to me that the machines in the bars pay less. And to say that they're rigged is ignorant. Hey, folks, if a bunch of drunks in a bar never get paid by the machine, the drunks in the bar aren't going to play the machine. Huh? And if a numbers guy or a sports bookie doesn't pay off in their bets, the community will put them out of business by kicking their ass. Regarding the addiction issues, there is a massive, massive problem with addiction to gaming on cell phones. Yet, the networks, ESPN, all the talent are begging you to play these games. There are college kids right now that have lost $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 betting college games, losing all of their college loan money by hitting a simple number on their cell phone. And it's happening at a level they have never seen before. So this notion that bars with slot machines are creating an addiction problem is a joke and a bald-faced lie. The real problem is digital. The massive, massive explosion in addiction to gambling is on cell phones with young men who are getting sucked up into something pretty dark. Look, man, I can still smell the sausage and the sauce. I can still taste the salami and the homemade bread in my grandmother's house where the numbers writers had set up after they were arrested in Bloomfield. And I thought, this is kind of cool. And when it all went away, I thought, oh, I see. The state's making that money now. And they are. So I don't get that jazzed up when they make some big announcement that the government shut down some gaming, gambling tycoon in Pittsburgh and saved the world, when in fact they didn't. All they're trying to do is take money from their pockets and put in the state's pockets, period. End of story. This crap about the poker machines and bars don't pay off is a bald-faced lie. I've seen them pay off. It's a part of my childhood that I'll never forget, in my times with my grandfather, that I thought were normal, with illegal cigarettes, stolen inspection stickers, illegal betting on football, illegal football pools, it's illegal numbers writing. I thought it was cool. I loved every minute of it. Now the state hates it. Okay.
At EasyCater, we believe every workday gets better with great food. Like that morning status meeting. Always better with bagels. And don't forget the coffee. Ops team working late? How about some power bowls to keep them going strong? Sandy's celebrating 10 years at the company. This calls for cupcakes. With EasyCater, you get a huge variety of favorite restaurants with tools to help meet dietary needs and stay on budget, all on one platform. So make every workday better with EasyCater. Start an order at easycater.com.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Close friends, her husband has dementia issues, and she's scared about her future and their financial future and taking care of him. I swear I had her call Julian Gray. I did. And she sent me a text this morning, and she said, you have no idea how much Julian Gray did for me. Elder care, estate planning, mental health care, nursing home care. They're amazing people at grayelderlaw.com. And the truth is, Julian is my man. grayelderlaw.com. Amazing folks. 412-458-6000. 412-458-6000.
Did you feel that drafty breeze from your windows this winter? Yikes, it was scary cold. But just as scary is that you now know that your windows will let in that hot, humid air all summer. Let PJ Fitzpatrick help reduce your utility bills with custom-made, double-insulated replacement windows. PJ provides peace of mind with a lifetime guarantee on materials and labor. Plus, PJ Fitzpatrick has a variety of financing packages that work with any budget. You can have it all. Visit TrustPJ.com today for your new windows. That's TrustPJ.com.
From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 60 degrees at 10:30. I'm David Ballarano. Ceasefire talks scheduled to take place this weekend in Islamabad are now in doubt because of Israel's ongoing attacks against Hezbollah targets in southern Lebanon. The United States and Israel say Lebanon is not a part of the current ceasefire agreement, But Iran says it is. More now from CBS's Elizabeth Palmer in Tel Aviv.
Fortunately, they haven't said we're going to start shooting again. But they have said, you better cut this out. We want to see an end to the attacks on Hezbollah, or we will not come to Pakistan to start talking with the United States, those negotiations that are supposed to be being led by Vice President Vance.
Today, Governor Shapiro unveiled the headliners of the Commonwealth Concert Series, a 5-city celebration throughout May and June in honor of America's 250th birthday, and one of them will be here in Pittsburgh.
On June 27th in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at the refurbished Point State Park, featuring Third Eye Blind and Nelly. Yes. That's going to be a good one.
Other locations for the concert series include State College, Erie, Wilkes-Barre, and Hershey. All concerts are completely free, but you do need a ticket to go. Those tickets will be available beginning on April 17th. Allegheny County Jail is helping inmates prepare for life after release with industry certifications in food service and hospitality. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has more.
Through this program, participants complete a 6-week course earning ServSafe and restaurant-ready certifications. Classes are held twice weekly inside the jail, and graduates can continue training or move directly into jobs after release. Officials say the program teaches valuable skills, builds career pathways, and connects returning citizens with industry opportunities through partnerships with Community Kitchen Pittsburgh and other hospitality organizations. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 111, the Nasdaq is down 97, and the S&P 500 currently dropping about 17. KDK Radio News Time 11:32. Our next update at 11 on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Money, sponsored by Wesley Financial.
Baseball season is here, and it seems like you can't watch your favorite team without a spreadsheet of streaming services.
It really does require a lot of forethought.
Tim Hanlon of the Vertere Group in Chicago says the next challenge for baseball and most professional sports is streamlining the streaming experience so fans can watch their favorite team without a bevy of subscriptions.
So that there isn't this crazy patchwork of locals.
I'm Rob Hart.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-948-7878. That's 800-948-7878.
Hey, it's Marty. Are you tired of pain or fear of falling that's holding you back, struggling with balance, neuropathy, or joint pain? At Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, physical therapy is done differently because you are different. Folks, this place is amazing. I've seen it firsthand. Shoulder pain, knee pain, balance issues. They attack it and work it, and it works. Call today. Monroeville Physical, F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200. Massive storms jacked up so many houses. Had a good friend call me, had a big tree on their house. Big. I texted Carlos from Greater Pitt Tree Service. He was at the house within an hour with his crew cutting up and removing that massive tree. Greater Pitt Tree Service. Best training, best equipment, best pricing. Carlos, Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE, 412-884-TREE.
Beat the spring cleaning rush. Call our cleaning heroes at Zero Res. Step into a fresher, cleaner home this spring with Zero Res. It's a time for renewal. Zero Res can help you refresh your home with clean carpets, fresh floors, and improved air quality. Check out all the raging customer reviews online with Google. And this week, $50 per room of carpet clean for unlimited rooms. Call 412-701-1188 or go online at ZeroResPGH.com. Make sure to mention the KDKA special.
At Perry Calder, the law firm, they have AI, all right, but it's attorney intelligence. John Perry is one of my close friends. I have brought family and friends into his office. They have doctors on staff to investigate some of the biggest settlements in Pennsylvania. They care and they win. At Perry Calder, they make sure that you're taken care of. Perry Calder, 412-281-4200. Perry Calder, 412-281-4200. AI, all right. Attorney intelligence. Check them out. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic Powered, Bob Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up is it looks like some residual delays from an earlier accident really causing some slowdowns for you as you're traveling through the South Hills and Upper St. Clair Township. This is an earlier accident that was reported along Devonwood Drive right near the intersection with Washington Road. So Washington Road, of course, Route 19, very busy in that area. You still have some slowdowns that greet you as far back as you're coming northbound on 19, as far back as the McMurray Road on-ramp. So just watch out for that and plan ahead if you're traveling there this morning. Traveling inbound on the Parkway West, you just have slow-go traffic right around the Parkway Center Mall overpass before the inbound Fort Pitt tunnels. Outbound toward the airport looks like a good ride. Parkway East on the inbound is slow-go right around Edgewood, Swissvale. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A beautiful afternoon shaping up for the area with sunshine that'll become breezy and much warmer, the high 75. Partly cloudy tonight, low 53. Clouds on the increase tomorrow, a warm breeze, maybe a late-day shower, high 76. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
A very sad moment in our house in the last couple of days. My daughter Chloe is 19, and she said, "Hey, Dad, this doctor in Hawaii who's accused of trying to kill his wife. I went to school with his son, the one who was just testifying against his dad. His name's Emil." And Chloe was so sad because she said, "Dad, he's such a wonderful kid." And I always think about these crimes. That boy is ruined now. No, I mean this. And my daughter said he's wonderful. And that boy will never, ever have peace of mind because he now knows that his father, well, his dad called him and said, yeah, I tried to kill your stepmother, and now I'm going to kill myself. And it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Listen to this piece from the network.
Yesterday, Honolulu jurors rejected the most serious charge against Gerhard Koenig, which was attempted murder. Instead, they convicted him of attempted manslaughter. While he avoided life in prison, he still could face up to 20 years behind bars.
We, the jury in this case, finds the defendant guilty of attempted manslaughter.
A stunning end to a high-profile trial in Hawaii, as a jury found Maui doctor Gerhard Koenig guilty in the attack on his wife. In the courtroom, Koenig bowed his head as the verdict was read, covering his face in his hands. It took the jury less than a day of deliberations to reach their decision, following nearly 3 weeks of testimony.
We hope that the verdict today brings Ariel the next step into closure.
Prosecutors claim Koenig tried to kill his wife, Ariel, during a birthday hike in March 2025, alleging he tried to push her off a cliff, attempted to inject her with a syringe, and then repeatedly hit her with a rock. Testimony during the trial laid out the couple's marital problems driven by an emotional affair Ariel admitted she had with a coworker. In their own words, the couple had wildly different accounts of the violent confrontation, with Koenig claiming self-defense.
She kind of grabs my wrists and throws herself on the ground and pulls me down with her, and then she hits me with a rock on the side of the face.
He said, I'm so sick of this. Get back over there. And he starts pushing me back towards the cliff.
The jury foreperson said they did not see any evidence Koenig intended to murder his wife and instead decided to convict him of the lesser charge of attempted manslaughter based on extreme mental or emotional distress.
The only people that know what happened on that cliff are the two that were involved. There was no evidence or any other eyewitnesses to such comments, so we had to bring it down to testimony from both sides.
All right, that's enough. Thanks, brother. I hate the man. I do this grimy piece of crap. I just can't stand. I just. Anyway, because he destroyed a family, and his son was a wonderful boy when they lived in Lebo, and this guy was an anesthesiologist at UPMC, and now that's that boy's view of his father until the day he dies. Bill Diff, one of my boys, best criminal defense attorney I've ever known. You see the devastation of these cases, do you not, sir?
Oh, it's horrible. Yeah. And, like I always say, keep in mind both sides. I mean, Marty, I've defended, I don't know how many homicides, death penalty cases. The defendant's family is destroyed as well. I mean, parents of these people or grandparents, kids. And then you have, the victims, where you have a mother crying, at a victim impact statement, I got to go to the cemetery to see my kid, and you go to the jail for your kid for the rest of his life. It's just, it's so tragic. I honestly think that like it's not real to me because I don't know how I haven't been affected. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, it's just like it's crazy. It really is.
Because these are real people, man. Wow.
Yes, they are. And your daughter's statement really brings that home. They are real people, and like all of us, we could all get a phone call one day that totally changes our lives.
Right on, brother.
And I've seen it. I've seen it for 40 years, and it's just unbelievable.
Hey, man, so
tragic.
I'm an idiot, Diff. Explain to me why he doesn't go to prison for attempted murder. How's that happen?
Well, understand this, and this is the shame of these cases. This is why I can't stand family cases because, like divorce, because so many of the allegations are he said, she said, no other witnesses, not much to corroborate either side. So, Marty, when the only thing I can imagine is this. I think that the jury, because of her affair, and whenever I'm in trial, defending the guy who's assaulted or whatever, did wrong to another person, any way I can eliminate the sympathy for the victim is gold. You know what I mean? In other words, I've had trials where the jurors, I'll never forget, a woman juror on my case was looking at the mother of the deceased victim, and the juror was crying with her during the trial. You know what I'm saying? And then because it's so tragic, right? I mean, some of these cases. But if you can eliminate, first of all, it's not she wasn't murdered. She's alive, obviously. It's an attempt, and she's okay now. And, she had an affair, which, quite frankly, I'm sure affected the marriage and the family as well.
By the way, Diff, the new wording, emotional affair, just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I understand.
I'm just telling you.
I got you. I got you. I understand. But all I'm saying, Marty, is, he said, she said, for the juror to say there was no evidence, and I get that all the time from clients. When a person takes the stand, an eyewitness, whether it's a victim or a witness, third-party witness, that is evidence. You know what I mean? Like if I see you throw a match into your house, that's evidence that I saw Marty try to burn it. You know what I'm saying? That's evidence.
Well, then,
when they say no evidence,
it's 12
ridiculous.
times with the friggin' rock. How is that not attempted murder?
Yeah.
How is it attempted manslaughter?
I hear you.
Huh?
I hear you. But,
well, they said he was in a disheveled mental state. What the hell? So they felt bad for the guy?
Obviously, when you get the instruction on, just so your listeners understand, the big difference, like manslaughter is when you act under an intense emotional upset. And the best example is, which doesn't apply, by the way, I don't think it applies here, but I think the jury did apply it, and they stretched it, would be if I walk in and you're having sex with my wife in our master bedroom, obviously I didn't plan it. Obviously I had no idea. When I come in and get suddenly shocked with that, now I'm acting under that intense emotional upset that they're referring to. Do you understand what I mean? So you don't have the malice, you don't have the evil planning, the premeditation, and that's what separates it from murder to manslaughter. So they stretched it, I guess, I didn't hear all his testimony, but obviously, whatever he said, they stretched it, and at least they wanted to have him held responsible for something. Now look, he's got to be sentenced by this judge. Now this judge, I've had cases where I've done a lot better than even I thought I was going to do. Problem is, I go back to Vaughn Mathis, the Ryan Hackey case, if you remember that. But So here I got involuntary manslaughter, misdemeanors, but the judge. He was also convicted of recklessly endangering. But the judge statutorily maxed all of it and ran it all consecutive. Ended up giving him like a 10 or so year sentence. So keep in mind, if this judge thinks this guy got a super break, he's going to go to prison.
Nice.
And there's a big issue here with being sentenced. So again, like you said, there's no winners or losers here. It's horrific.
Hey, Diff, I got to ask you this because my daughters wanted me to, because you're the man and you've had. Diff has had some of the most actually high-profile cases in America. My daughters want to know how you can defend people like this. How? Why do you take these sorts of cases?
Well, so your daughters understand Marty, I'm sorry to say it's my 43rd year of doing this.
Oh, you're amazing. Come on, man.
And I have seen, though, time and time again, ironically, this isn't the case, where really the juries do the right thing. Most of our cases, they got to understand that about 95% of the prosecutions end up in convictions. You know what I mean? And most of the cases we have are plead out. You work out deals. Now, the cases you go to trial, I'm very proud that our Constitution has certain protections, and we vigorously protect that. With that protected, I have no problem going in and defending.
I agree.
The people that we do. And what they really have to understand, what they got to understand is this. Typically, picture a kid, 18, 20, 25 years old, getting in trouble. The parents come in and retain me. You know what I mean? So it's a family thing, and you do what you can for these guys. And I think if your daughters would ever participate or shadow us, they first of all, I think they would enjoy it. It would be very eye-opening. And secondly, they would fully comprehend it. And plus, to be honest with you, I'm extremely competitive. I always say I don't care if I win. I just can't stand losing. Now, but a lot of times that could be we just want to win like this lawyer did. Like I'm sure his lawyer is seeing this as a win, Koenig. You know what I mean? Like anything but the attempted murder. So he's viewing this as a win. But there's still a conviction, and keep in mind, Marty, there still could be a serious jail sentence here.
Good. Hey, my daughter's going to be in that courthouse all summer to make sure she finds you, man.
You have my number anytime.
All right, brother. Bill Diff, the best ever.
Time now for an update from the KDKA Draft Information Desk, powered by Bowser Chevrolet, and brought to you by Generator Supercenter of Pittsburgh.
So if you don't want to drive to get to the draft, what are you supposed to do? As we reported before, the T will be free for the entire length of the system during the draft. But if you live somewhere beyond the South Hills, here are some ways of getting there. PRT will be running 4 football flyers. The 99N starts at the McCandless Park and Ride and takes you into town by way of the HOV lane of 279. The 99E picks up people at Monroeville Mall, stopping along the East Busway. The 99S covers the South Busway, beginning at the large Park and Ride. And the 99W starts at University Boulevard and the Park and Ride there, going along the West Busway. From the KDKA Draft Desk, I'm David Ballarado.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up is we have delays out and about on the favorite parkways that you might have to traverse heading into town here during this mid-morning portion of your day. Parkway East, inbound, if you're grabbing the keys and heading that way, it's backing up for you right around Edgewood, Swissvale before the Squirrel Hill tunnels. After that, it moves well heading down into the Golden Triangle. Parkway West is a little bit heavier. That stacks for you right around the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp before the Fort Pitt tunnels. Outbound toward the airport, that's a great commute if you must make it, heading toward the western suburbs. Route 28, the Parkway North, and Route 65 coming from the northern suburbs and the west, all rolling well. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
It seems like just yesterday when I captured my son's first steps, or when we recorded his soccer games on VHS tapes. Those moments are gone. But the old home movies and pictures don't need to be. That's why my son created Legacy Box.
That's right, Mom. Over 1 million families have used Legacy Box to digitally preserve their old home movies and photos.
Simply fill Legacy Box with your old camcorder tapes, film, and photos. They will professionally digitize and send them back on DVDs, thumb drive, or the cloud.
With Mother's Day around the corner, it's the perfect time to get your Legacy Box and save your family's history. After all, few things are as important as protecting your precious memories. Give your mom a Mother's Day present she'll never forget. Take advantage of our Mother's Day sale, which starts now. It's our best deal of the year. Save up to 60% off. Visit legacybox.com/radio and for a limited time, get an incredible 60% off your order. That's legacybox.com/radio for 60% off. legacybox.com/radio.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding. Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
You know, I met two women who are nurses full-time in Pittsburgh. Graduated from CCAC with no debt, zero. You know, I met two young ladies at Pitt, now juniors, brought 2 years of credits from CCAC, $2,000 in total debt. You know, 80% of CCA students have no debt. More than 100 programs. And registration for fall opens April 11th. CCAC rocks, folks. Check it out.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Nancy from Connecticut asks, I'm 71 and want to convert some money from my IRA to a Roth IRA to prevent future heirs from being subjected to required minimum distributions. My financial advisor recommended that instead of converting, I should just withdraw the money as I wish. Is this the correct way of thinking? Well, Nancy, since the focus seems to be on the heirs, if you do have the free cash to pay the tax bill that would be due, then I'd lean towards the conversions. If just for you, I'd be fine with either approach.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
One thing is very clear.
CBS Mornings is clearly fun.
Watching Rocky with Rocky.
Good morning, good vibes.
Gail came in singing for me today. CBS Mornings.
Weekdays at 7.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Kind of cool we're doing the show from the NFL draft downtown. It's kind of cool. Yeah. I'm in. I'm cool with it, man. Yeah. I love the opportunity. I love how the city's managing it. It's a lot of work, man. I like what it's added to the city, man. They're building stuff they wouldn't have built. My wife said it best. They're speeding up the process. It's kind of like this. You got a bunch of crap that you have to do in your house, like cracks in walls and stuff that needs painted. And for instance, we have a faucet in the bathroom that's broken. It's just broken. And I've been too lazy. I can't fix squat. I can barely turn on the lights. And I haven't called a plumber. But if we were having a party this weekend, I get the plumber. It's the same with the city of Pittsburgh. Like, I'm cool with them paving streets yesterday downtown. I think that's great, man. I'm cool with them picking up garbage. I'm cool with building that new entertainment district downtown. All of it, man. I'm cool with spending $3 million on Point State Park and fixing the fountain. What the hell's wrong with that? I love it. We'll take it. My friends with the feds say they think there should be a level 2 security level, and it's level 3, and that's just their concern because they're with the feds and they're kind of nervous about Pittsburgh because there are 2 big locations, the stadium area, then the Point, and that's kind of tough to navigate. But let me say this: every previous NFL draft was a level 3, okay? And I heard the mayor saying there are going to be cops everywhere. And I just got a text from one of my boys. They're going to have Pittsburgh cops on all of the corners, traffic corners, 12-hour shifts. That's kind of brutal, man. 12-hour shifts, no cars. Wow, that's going to be brutal. However, the more the merrier. When you go to Chicago, to the Miracle Mile where they have all the shopping, there are cops everywhere. You feel safe. Same with New York, man. Street cops everywhere. If I were the mayor, and I'm not, for good reason, I would have city cops everywhere downtown. Everywhere, all the time. Visible as hell. Saying hello. Doing their thing. Why? Because it feels good, man. And it works. I'm fired up about having our show live during the draft. I can't wait to do it. Our only hassle is going to be parking. But so what? I'm a big boy. I can walk. I'm cool with all of it. And in terms of hotel rooms, there are hotel rooms available if you want to pay. I ain't paying no $1,000 for a hotel room. Hell no. But they're there. The William Penn has rooms for $800. If you got it, you got it. I think it's going to be a hell of an event for the city. I think it's going to be a hell of a showcase. However, if you're just a working stiff and you work downtown, it's going to be a pain in the ass. And if you run a small business and think you're going to get a lot of money out of this, nah, I don't think so. Much of the audience will be captive. And by the way, most people with this event blow their wad in the first night of the draft. They get the first round out of the way, then it kind of slows down. By Saturday and Sunday, it's pretty chill. And by the way, that kind of stadium they're building right there on the shore, it's exactly the same as the one in Detroit, which is absolutely beautiful. Hey, before we go to this break, you got to hear this tape that I got yesterday. You've got to hear this tape of these city workers screwing around. You have to hear this tape. Hang on, a few minutes coming up.
We're only 14 days until the draft. Everything you need to know surrounding the draft is right here. It's brought to you by Bill Few Associates Wealth Management, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Folks, appliances are big purchases. That's why I recommend Voss TV and Appliance, family owned since 1960. Megan, Tracy, the entire Voss team are experts. They know appliances and TVs inside and out. They take the guesswork of shopping and provide helpful advice before, during, and after your purchase. Having knowledgeable people on your side that you can trust matters. Shop Voss's South Hill showroom. Go to VossTV.com or call 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS. Voss TV and Appliance. The lowest prices, guaranteed. Went outside, looked around, we needed a window. A bay window. Guess what? Universal Windows Direct. Right now. Buy 2, get 2 free. No payments. No interest. 24 months. Come on. And $500 off of your project. 412-545-6003. This deal is amazing. Their sales, their service, their installation, the best there is. And now's the time, folks. Universal Windows Direct. Do it.
It's the KDKA Radio Super 7, powered by Bowser Chevrolet. And now through Sunday, we're set to honor the best boys and girls in the WPIAL and Pittsburgh City League. Vote early, vote often. Let your voice be heard at KDKARadio.com. High school basketball lives on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
This is Greg Trusinski from the Original Mattress Factory. I want to share the story of a couple I worked with recently. After receiving a quote from a competitor for a mattress, They visited OMF and found a mattress that was a great fit for them. They were so pleased with our quality and value that they ended up purchasing 2 mattresses, a box spring, headboard, and frame. Their total at OMF was roughly $400 less than what they would have spent on just the 1 mattress at the competitor. If you're ready to get better sleep for less, visit us at originalmattress.com.
I've heard everything you tell yourself every time you felt different. And I want you to know, taking care of your mind is taking care of everyone you love. Love your mind. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 62 degrees at 11 o'clock. I'm David Ballarado. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick for your home's windows, siding, doors, and bath. Trust PJ.com. And by the elder law attorneys of Julian Gray Associates. Safeguard your assets and ensure your wishes are honored. AP Washington correspondent Sagar Meghani reports that the Iranian war ceasefire deal is now teetering just ahead of weekend negotiations.
The Iran war ceasefire remains fragile before weekend talks aimed at ending the conflict. Israel is still bombing Beirut, which Iran condemns, saying the ceasefire deal includes Lebanon. Both the U.S. and Israel say it does not. And among other disagreements, there's Tehran's continued chokehold on the Strait of Hormuz. Iranian negotiators are due to arrive tonight in Pakistan for talks. Tehran's parliament speaker said yesterday there are points of big disagreement over the ceasefire deal.
That must mean that there's a lot of points of agreement because there's a 15-point plan floating around, there's a 10-point plan floating around. If he's frustrated about 3 issues, that actually means that there's a lot of agreement.
Vice President Vance will lead the U.S. delegation in Islamabad. Sagar Meghani, Washington.
Gasoline prices in the Pittsburgh area are up about a cent from yesterday. AAA says today's average is $4.18 a gallon. The week-ago price, $4.05. Another airline is raising its fees for checked bags. More now from CBS News correspondent Michael Wallace.
American Airlines is charging an extra $10 per bag, effective with tickets booked today. It's $50 for the first checked bag, $60 for a second, and $200 for a third. Customers who prepay on American's website or app will get a $5 discount per bag. First-class passengers will still not have to pay any bag fees. Southwest raised its bag fees earlier this week, joining Delta, United, and JetBlue, as they all try to offset jet fuel prices that have soared since the war with Iran began. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
ICE agents are no longer conducting security checks at Pittsburgh International Airport. The airport authority confirms for KDKA Radio that the agents have left. They were sent to multiple airports last month by the president to help ease the congestion that was building at security checkpoints after Homeland Security funding was shut off and employees who weren't getting paid weren't showing up. A Pittsburgh council member pushing back against the mayor's plan to redirect money set aside for new ambulances. Tamira Rush has that.
A proposal from Mayor Corey O'Connor's administration to shift nearly $2 million from the city's EMS budget sparked debate at City Council Wednesday. But Councilwoman Barb Warwick argued the city's aging fleet is already in crisis and warned removing funding could make equipment shortages worse.
And again, I understand that these are hard choices, right? These are hard choices that our budget team has to make and that administrations do every single year, right? But the reality is those choices result in our fleet getting underfunded, and that has gotten us to this crisis point today.
Council rejected Warwick's amendment and instead backed the mayor's broader budget changes. However, it must first have a public cablecast hearing before it can take final action. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 128, the Nasdaq 22 points lower, S&P 500 currently down 8 points. KDK Sports, the Pens at New Jersey tonight at 7. They will clinch a playoff spot should they win tonight. KDK Radio News Time 11:03. Currently 62 degrees in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty, is you could find some stop-and-go stuff, but not solid backing if you're traveling inbound on the Parkway West. Coming down that front side of Green Tree Hill, that's one of our heavier spots right now as you head out and about in the late morning hour here. But also wanted to give you a chance to know about bridge inspection crews along the Route 28 corridor. They're working again today until about 3 p.m. You could find them along the Freeport Road on-ramp to southbound 28, also at the Highland Park Bridge ramp to southbound 28, and then on the ramps from southbound 28, inbound 28, if you will, to the Highland Park Bridge. So you could be stepping on the brakes around the crews who are hard at work there. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine for the rest of today, becoming breezy and warmer, high 75, then partly cloudy tonight, low 53. Clouds increase tomorrow, could be a late day shower. A warm breeze, though, the high tomorrow 76. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
With Aetna, I always get a quick answer, and I don't have to search on the internet. They go above and beyond to help me with whatever I need.
Those words from a real Aetna Medicare Advantage member speak to why U.S. News & World Report named us a best Medicare Advantage company. Because we show up on calls with members and doctor's offices when requested. We show up with access to convenient care options. We show up for you. Because that's how healthier happens together. Member feedback has been edited for length and clarity.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
It's your captain speaking. To the passenger with the Mirror Fast soft shoes, smart move.
No way am I letting travel constipation ruin this trip.
Can't blame you. Mirror Fast works fast, but without the harsh side effects.
Since I'm such a smart traveler, can I move to first class?
No. Close the curtain, Carol.
From the makers of Miralax, new Mirafast soft chews work naturally with your body in as little as 30 minutes to give you a comfortable go on the go. Find Mirafast today at your local retailer. Use as directed for occasional constipation. Contains magnesium hydroxide.
2D Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders, is a family business that I truly admire. 2D culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. 2D Mechanical Systems, they're the people you want working in your home.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
You got to listen to this. This is fascinating. A citizen was on his front porch and he got hacked off. Actually pissed off, to be honest, because he believed that a whole bunch of city workers were jacking around, not working, standing around. And they were leaning against his car. My man said, this ain't happening. Before I grab him, this was in Hazelwood. Before I grab him live, and by the way, I give him a lot of credit because he got big you-know-whats. Because he's getting threatened for telling the damn truth. The city public works folks, pockets of them, are notorious for jacking around. Notorious. It was last winter when, again, a lot of them worked their asses off. However, there are pockets of notorious lazy ones who smoke weed on the job. On the job. I dare the mayor to drug test them today. Prove me wrong. Last year, they were getting high and then trying to run snow plows. If I'm lying, I'm dying. Not all of them, again. Drug test them, Mayor. Drug test them, sir. The non-union guys. Just saying. Listen to the audio on this tape. It's unbelievable. You got to hear this.
Why are you leaning on my vehicle? How many city employees does it take to stand here and do nothing? I'm going to send this to the mayor's office right now. The language on this dude here is unbelievable with children in the house, the way he's speaking. Yeah, I know, wow. How about get to work on my tax dollar? How about that, yo? All right, we could just sit here and watch, that's all. I'm going to send this to Mr. O'Connor. Y'all ain't been doing nothing all day. Who's in charge? Who's the supervisor here? My mother. Oh, that's who the supervisor is? Cool, that's on video, big guy. You gonna speak to a city resident that way? What's your name, tough guy? What's your name? Yeah, you ain't gonna say nothing. He said my mother. What? He said my mother. Big tough guy, worked for the city. Said my mother. Okay, we're gonna see about my mother. Who's in charge? Who's the supervisor? Oh, that was in a pickup truck? Okay. Said my mother. It was my mother that did it. My mother did it. It's all good. Ain't zero accountability in this city. All this money. Don't worry, I'm sending this to the news. I'm sending this everywhere. Smile. Get Marty. I'm sending this to Marty. My mother. I'm going to send it to my mother.
Oh. My man was doing the right thing. They were standing around. I'm telling you, folks, there were a significant number of people hired in the last administration that should not have been hired in public works, if you know what I'm saying. There are a number of them that get high a lot that are non-union. Just saying. Mayor drug test them today. I'm just telling you, man, it's a problem. Smoking weed on the job is a problem. I'm not saying any of those folks were smoking weed, but they were standing around for a long time. My man Joe, good morning, sir. How are you?
Good, sir. How are you?
Wow. What made you take that video?
Let me give you a little bit of context, because I've read all 800 of the comments on your post. Okay?
Oh, they're threatening you, aren't they? Threatening you.
Yes, they are. Yeah. Like, I'm the bad guy. Yeah. I'm the bad guy. Yeah. So the reason I even pulled the camera out was because the guy on the riding mower, the way he was speaking was unbelievable to me.
Crude.
Every other word was a city worker. He said the F word, I mean, over and over, like he was telling a story to them. You would have thought that they were at a bar, a club. Yeah. You would not have thought that they were at work. And I want to tell all the people that made the comments, they asked why I wasn't at work. I was working. I'm a plumber, and I was doing plumbing work in that house.
Wow.
Okay, right in front of there. And I come out, and one of my colleagues, he goes, "They're leaning on your van." So I pull my camera out, and I start filming because I wanted the confrontation, because I knew it was going to be a thing. Because the way that the girl, there was only one female there, she had the head thing on. She was driving the big dump truck. She was driving the 5-ton dump. You would have thought that she was at Kennywood, the way she was dancing around and so animated. But the way they tried to spin it was as if one guy said, "Well, why were you sleeping in the middle of the day?" First off, I took this video at 11:06 a.m. Okay, they showed up at 8 in the morning with 5 trucks. 2 trucks had left once had left before I started the video. They were clearing like high grass in an empty lot across the street from where I was working. So but where I was working at, there were little kids, and the employees, every other word was the F word. What they were going to do, where they were going, they couldn't do this, da-da-da-da-da. And so I just couldn't believe that they were sitting there.
And the mother response you got, that's when you asked for a supervisor. They said what?
Oh, yes. Who's the supervisor? I said, who's in charge here? He goes, your mother. And then they all laughed. And then that set me off, man. I just, you know what I mean? Like, I was very upset after that. So.
And so you had them jacking around. You wanted someone to do something about it. And tell our listeners, now you're being singled out and threatened.
Yes, and I assume they're probably family or friends of the workers telling me, you know, I'd be spitting my teeth out, I'd need a dentist. Well, I dare any one of them because I'm a pretty rowdy dude myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm going to defend myself at all costs. So I'm glad. The reason I pulled the camera is because I didn't want to have an altercation where we went to the hands. But I'm from Greenfield, my man. We'll go to the hands. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Hey, whatever we got to do.
Joe, I love what you did, man. It took a lot of you-know-whats. And people need to see this stuff, bro. They need to see the people jacking around, don't they, sir?
Yes, sir, they do. 100%.
Joe, hang around for a minute, all right? I got to take a break, all right?
Go ahead.
Joe's my man. Hell yeah. Threatening him. Come on, man. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty, is if folks are trying to make their way into the Golden Triangle, the ride is pretty decent. Just some minor delays on the Parkway East approaching the Squirrel Hill tunnels. And the Parkway West has some stop-and-go stuff that greets you right around the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp before you fit into those Fort Pitt tunnels and head into the Golden Triangle. Rolling through the West End pretty well with just traffic light delays on 51, South Main Street, and Steuben Street, too. A big heads-up for you, though, in Collier Township, where Route 50 is getting a single westbound lane between the I-79 interchange and Stafford Avenue as crews are working 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on your weekdays as needed through late April. They're doing some manhole repair work and line painting there, so anticipate the slowdowns. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
I'm back to doing what I love and more, thanks to the Good Feet store.
Don't let bad feet stop you from being active and getting healthy. Trade in your bad feet for good feet at the Good Feet store.
Pittsburgh's very own board-certified and licensed hypnotherapist Dan Vitchoff of the PA Hypnosis Center is here to help you. He has helped train U.S. Olympic team members control their brains, stay relaxed, focused, and in control, giving them the edge for the gold. He's recognized by many organizations around the world as one of the top hypnotherapists anywhere. He has gotten over 3,000 people to give up cigarettes for good in the last 22 years. He's helped folks even who've tried gastric bypass to lose weight. He can help you and give you a 98% success guarantee. Call 724-934-8446. That's Dan Vitchoff, the PA Hypnosis Center. Mention KDKA and get $50 off any program. But call for a free consultation today, 724-934-8446. The PA Hypnosis Center with Dan Vitchoff. Make that call today, 724-934-8446.
Hey, this is Lisa with Nest Expressions Window Fashions. My South Hills Hunter Douglas Gallery in McMurray will be opening soon, so book your free shop at home consultation at nestexpressions.com.
File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction or your money back. File in the Credit Karma app.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Why are you leaning on my vehicle? How many city employees does it take to stand here and do nothing? I'm going to send this to the mayor's office right now. The language on this dude here is unbelievable with children in the house, the way he's speaking. Yeah, I know, wow. How about get to work on my tax dollar? How about that, yo? All right, we could just sit here and watch, that's all. I'm going to send this to Mr. O'Connor. Y'all ain't been doing nothing all day. Who's in charge? Who's the supervisor here? My mother.
This is Hazelwood.
Oh, that's who the supervisor is? Cool, that's on video, big guy. You gonna speak to a city resident that way? What's your name, tough guy? What's your name? Yeah, you ain't gonna say nothing. He said my mother. What? He said my mother. Big tough guy, worked for the city.
Hazelwood.
Said my mother. Okay, we're gonna see about my mother. Who's in charge? Who's the supervisor? Oh, they was in a pickup truck? Okay. Said my mother. It was my mother that did it. My mother did it.
$28
It's all
an
good.
hour.
Ain't zero accountability in this city. All this money. Don't worry, I'm sending this to the news. I'm sending this everywhere. Smile. Get Marty. I'm sending this to Marty. My mother. I'm going to send it to my mother.
$28 an hour. My man Joe shot that. Joe, they're making $28 an hour. There's no foreman there. And that's the notorious 3rd Division, Joe, that has a rather shady reputation. And they kind of, you were very frustrated with their lack of effort, were you not, sir?
I was. I definitely was. And then they just like tried to attack him, like with their words, you know what I mean? With the yelling and it, I mean, whatever. You've seen it. I mean, you know what I mean? You've seen it.
And what it points out to me is a lack of supervision. They have 6 supervisors in that division, and there's no supervisor there. There have been allegations of members of Public Works over the winter smoking weed in their trucks, and they're out supposed to be using plows, my man. My issue with this is indicative of a big picture issue. In a city that's broke, in a city that's in deficit spending territory, Joe, do they not have to be more accountable to hard work? Do they not, sir?
Definitely. I mean, there was, I think, 7 of them on my video, but there, 2 truckloads left. They had, 9, 10 people there cutting a little empty lot.
I saw that. Yep.
I don't. And then if they say it was for the draft and all that, believe you me, there ain't nobody from the draft going on that dead end street in Hazelwood, okay, to look at nothing. You don't go there at night. You don't go. You don't go there unless you want trouble.
My thing is, we got all this crap literally on the streets downtown. We got all this garbage and trash downtown. Make them work their asses off just like you do as a plumber, sir. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep. And then just the way they spoke, the entitlement, and the way that they spoke to a city. Who cares who I am? Whether I'm a resident of the city or not. I mean, I've been in the city all 50 years. I'm from Oakland. I grew up in Greenfield. So, it's just crazy to me. Crazy.
Ed Gainey added 130 people to the Public Works payroll, sir.
Ed Gainey, what a clown. What a clown, dude. I hope O'Connor can really do something, but I think we're probably a little bit too far gone. You see what we got to work with.
Yes. My man, and just so people know this, so my man's a hard-working man. He wanted people to see that these folks weren't working. He shot video, and now your life is being threatened, right?
It is. It is. And I mean, hundreds upon hundreds of messages. Because a couple of people, obviously, they recognize my voice, and I ain't hard to find.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I ain't hiding. So, and people recognize who I am. Like I said, I'm from the area my whole life. So, whatever.
My man, I'm on it. All right?
My man. Yes, Marty, my man. Thank you,
Thanks,
sir. Have a
brother.
great day.
Oh, man. I love that he called that. I love what he's doing, and I think it's a hell of a thing to do, call people out. Go ahead, Chad.
So I'm on board 1,000% with this. I see it all day, every day. I commented on your post. I've watched a gentleman sleep for 4 hours on our street with the plow city truck, the small pickup one, and all the streets needed plowed, even our own, and he's sleeping at the top of our street. I've watched at least 4 or 5 city employees smoking weed in the middle of the day at a park while kids are walking by, grandparents are walking by with their dogs and strollers and stuff. How is all this happening on our tax dollars, Marty?
You want
By the
the
way, I
same
love you,
thing
dude.
that Joe wants. You want the same thing I want. You want accountability, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's what
Like I said, by the way, Marty, I absolutely love you and everything you do for our city.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate truth to power. Let me say this. There is no way I'm going to suggest that Corey doesn't care. That's just ignorant. His press folks are reaching out. The union folks, the Teamsters, Philip Amorous Jr. is hacked off. Really upset about this action. I am going to get this video. It's on social media. The city could have looked at it for the last 24 hours and get some sort of comment. But what I'm suggesting is the city isn't ignoring it. The mayor cares about this sort of thing and is taking a look. People will take a look at it as they try to look for more efficiencies in government. I don't want folks to get the idea that the city's blowing this off and it's BS. I don't want you to think that. In fact, his press person, Molly, was calling me live during that interview with Joe. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, I get that. Like I said, Marty. Dave the plumber here from the city. Hey, I moved out of the city when I was eligible to retire because I could see all the fat on the city budget.
Right on.
You know what I mean? Especially in public works and other departments. So I didn't want to pay another nickel in taxes. And I feel that the taxpayer in the city's getting that bad end of the deal. They're paying extra money.
Efficiency in government, brother. That's why this is relevant. That's why it's important. And I appreciate and respect everyone. Stop threatening Joe. Come on, man.
Been 30 time, would have been 30, no, would have been 30, being 30, been 29. If that'll help, been 29,000.
Get ready to bid on the equipment you need in the Ritchie Brothers Northeast Regional Auction on May 5th. Inventory is housed at locations in Pittsburgh, North Franklin, and Northeast Maryland, with in-person inspections available. Bid on a wide selection of construction and transportation equipment. Don't miss this great opportunity. Visit rbauction.com/Pittsburgh to sign up. Again, that's rbauction.com/Pittsburgh.
Are you turning 65 and have questions about Medicare? Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. You may also qualify for a monthly credit toward your Part B premium. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our D-SNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Larry Richard with Andy Amrine from EV True Value to talk about Sniper.
Sniper, that's your hospital-grade disinfectant, Larry. And yes, it's germ season. You need that bottle of Sniper, whether you want the travel size bottle that's TSA approved. You could put it in your purse, put it in your travel bag, take it with you. Or we got the quarts or the gallons for that big job on it. It's your true hospital-grade disinfectant, kills all germs.
Safe around kids and pets. Go to disinfectwithsniper.com or available at participating True Value hardware stores.
Hey, I'm Sam.
And I'm Calvin.
With Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks. You ever wait way too long for a haircut and finally get one and think, why didn't I do that months ago?
Oh, yeah. Suddenly you're walking taller, smiling bigger, and feeling like a new person.
That's exactly what it feels like when you finally replace that old roof or deck. You don't realize how bad it looked or how much better it could be until it's done.
And when it is, your whole house feels fresh again.
Give your home that clean-cut confidence with a new deck, roof, or siding project.
Call the Cousins.
Call the Cousins. How do airplanes fly? What's in this box? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Learn how to store your gun securely and make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast.
Pump up the volume.
When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 64 degrees at 11:30. I'm David Colorado. House Democrats will try and advance a war powers resolution aimed at limiting President Trump's power over military operations in Iran, and they may do that as early as today. Senate Democrats will also vote on their own war powers resolution. CBS News congressional correspondent Caitlin Huey-Burns explains what's behind this vote.
Republicans have been very eager for this to wrap up so that they can go on to other things, talking about the economy and touting their perceived accomplishments. It's difficult to do that with Iran hovering over everything. So you would imagine that there would be some Republican support for reining in the president when it comes to Iran. But I don't think we're likely to see that because at the outset of this, Republicans were concerned about hampering the president's power. Here, Democrats are going to try to force them on record at a delicate time.
Immigration agents who were temporarily assigned to Pittsburgh International Airport are no longer there. News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has more.
The Allegheny County Airport Authority confirms for KDKA Radio the ICE agents who had been stationed at Pittsburgh International Airport are no longer there, but provided no additional details. The agents were deployed to Pittsburgh and a dozen airports nationwide during the partial DHS shutdown, when staffing shortages impacted TSA checkpoints after some workers went unpaid. The deployment was ordered to help support airport security operations. TSA employees are now expected to receive paychecks again as the funding standoff in Washington continues. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street at this hour, the Dow is currently down 60 points. The Nasdaq has turned higher. It's up about 8 points, and the S&P 500 is also slightly higher, up shy of 2 points. KDK Radio News Time, 11:32. Our next update's at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
PGT Trucking celebrates 45 years of flatbed excellence. Established in 1981 in Beaver County, PGT continues to lead the trucking industry by providing safe and trusted transportation solutions. For their flatbed truck drivers, PGT has been named a 2026 Best Fleets to Drive For company, receiving the award 4 years in a row because of their top driver pay and home time options. Learn more about PGT Trucking at pgttrucking.com.
This is Dr. Peduzzi with American Back Centers in Wexford, and here's why patients choose non-surgical spinal decompression protocol over other treatments. Harmful meds can cause addiction. Steroid shots are temporary, sometimes making the condition worse. And spinal surgery leads to long, painful recovery with chances of nerve damage and infection. Our treatment is non-surgical back and neck decompression with Class 4 laser therapy. Call us today at 724-935-3300 or visit us online at AmericanBackCenters.com.
At American Back Centers, you've got nothing to lose but the pain.
I have questions for you. Do you think any of us grow up wanting to be fat and unhealthy? Do you think any of us want to be put on more meds? Do you think any of us want to keep buying bigger clothes year after year? How about feeling tired all the time and not feeling good? I think not. This is Dr. Shufo from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center. Many of these issues are positively changed with our diet. You don't know what to put in your mouth? You don't have the willpower? That's why you deal with me. Call me at 1-800-900-THIN. We can make great things happen in a short period of time.
Hey, it's Pony for my friends at Comer and Cross. Does your garage floor have cracked and stained concrete? Mine did. Maybe your garage floor had a bad epoxy or paint job. A new Comer & Cross garage floor is going to transform your whole garage, and all it's going to take is one day. I love mine, and you'll love yours. If you call them right now, and you should do it, Don't waste another second. They'll take 50% off your installation. So here's that number, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. A Comer & Cross garage floor is the gold standard. It is guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. And just like they did for me, they will make it so easy for you. Stuff in your garage, they'll take it out. Cracks and pits, they'll fix them perfectly. Look just like new. And they're going to put their proprietary Comer & Cross finish on it. So I want you to call them now and get that 50% off installation. The number is 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. 800-NEW-FLOOR. Or go to COMERcross.com. It's Comer & Cross Premium Concrete Coating.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener. Like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV, but if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to you at a campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty? Is some heavy traffic on that Parkway West inbound stretch. If you're trying to head from the western suburbs into town, you have lots of company backing right around that Parkway Center Mall on-ramp before the inbound Fort Pitt tunnels. Parkway East inbound, just a little slow go for you at Edgewood, Swissvale. Where you could find some daylight slowdowns and restrictions is I-70 in Ross Draver Township, Westmoreland County. Until about 3 p.m. today, you could have restrictions east and westbound. Single lane restrictions on I-70 between exit 43, that's for Route 201 Fayette City, and exit 46, that's the interchange with 51 and I-70. So watch for the crews and the slowdowns there. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Campbell on 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today, plenty of sunshine and pleasant, becoming breezy and warmer, high 75. Partly cloudy tonight, low 53. Clouds on the increase tomorrow, breezy and warm, perhaps a late day shower, high 76. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM at AM 1020, KDKA.
You've spent decades building your savings and planning for the future. Now the focus shifts from accumulation to protection, from growth to sustainable income you can depend on. Secure Money Advisors helps retirees build structured retirement plans designed to help protect what they've worked so hard to build and preserve. Go to righttrackbook.com to claim your complimentary copy today. That's righttrackbook.com, where your retirement journey begins on the right track.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
I hate pit bulls, and I have a couple friends that are obsessed with them, and I'm coming to your house. I'm not. Too many deaths, man. Listen to this. 700 cities, 700 cities in several counties in America ban them or severely restrict them. Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Michigan, Ohio, Maryland, specific legislation restricting or prohibiting pit bulls. How about that? Denver, illegal. Aurora, a lot of towns in Ohio and Iowa. Why? Because they kill people and they attack kids. Listen to this KDK TV piece from yesterday. It's sickening and frightening. Listen.
My baby could have lost his life.
That thought terrifies Dominique Graham as she watches her 7-year-old son get around with a walker.
See him in that pain and having to go through what he had to go through on Saturday. That was heartbreaking. Very, very heartbreaking.
It was this past Saturday, the day before her son's birthday, and he was playing in the backyard of his aunt's home in Glassport with his cousin and brothers when a dog next door escaped through this gate, ran straight to Graham's son and attacked him.
He couldn't defend himself. He didn't know what to do.
Graham's sister tells KDKA she heard screaming and crying and ran over, needing to forcefully try to get the dog to release. Eventually, the King Corso pit bull mix did, and she called 911 and his mom.
It was sad, just laying there watching him in so much pain.
EMS crews transported him to Jefferson Hospital and then to UPMC Children's. He ended up needing 32 stitches on his leg and thigh. Now, days later, he's still recovering, not able to continue conditioning for flag football, which he was excited to start, and frightened to be around any dog.
That's not a life you want to live, to be afraid of things that are actually bring you joy.
Graham has filed a police report. The Glassport police chief tells
buddy.
KDKA.
It's disgusting. And the truth of the matter is that the guy has been told to get rid of the dog, but the cops didn't do it. And adding to the 700 cities that ban them or restrict them, listen to this. Multiple insurance companies will not give you homeowners if you have Pit Bull, Rottweiler, German Shepherd, Doberman, Akitas, Chow Chows, Mastiffs, and a Wolf. Duh. The best dog trainer in the world, and one of my boys, Paul Anthony, is on the line. Man, hearing that story, my man, that Pit Bull doing all that damage to a young boy, we hear this too much, do we not, sir?
Oh, it's almost every day somewhere in the United States, Marty. There's no doubt about that.
And you love dogs.
Absolutely.
It's your life.
Yes, absolutely.
This incident does not surprise you at all, sir.
No, not one bit. Not one bit at all.
Could have killed that kid.
Oh, 100%, absolutely. I mean, Cane Corso Pit Bull, that's a big dog.
Big. And dangerous as hell, sir. A weapon. Weaponized.
100%, Marty. And, it's amazing that everybody wants a dog to protect their house, and most dogs won't. And then you have dogs like this, unsocialized and not trained, that want to go after everything. And that's not a protection dog either. That's like having a gun with a brain that's not working.
Hey,
I mean, basically,
you said
that's
something.
what it is.
Explain to me, what does that mean, unsocialized? Because that's significant.
So under socialized means not being around in different environments, not being around children, not being around adults, not being around other dogs, cats, things like that. They're kept in their yard or their house, and they don't know what the outside world is.
What? Because I'm confounded by this. What provokes a dog to bound through a fence and attack a little boy in the middle of the street? What the hell is that, man?
Oh, it could be a lot of things. It could be barrier aggression. It can be that dog is untrained and it just paces up and down the fence, looking for some kind of movement. Prey drive can kick in. There's a multitude of things that could have happened in this incident. The biggest thing is, Marty, and again, it's the lack of training and the lack of knowledge of the dogs that people own.
Does that owner know, you think?
Marty, a lot of times we see people with pit bulls and it's a status symbol.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be. Again, I have pit bulls in my class that are amazing dogs with amazing owners.
Huh.
Then you have people with pit bulls who don't care about them at all except feed and water them, if that sometimes. But yeah, it's this is becoming an epidemic, and an epidemic that I don't like.
Best dog trainer in the world, Paul Anthony, one of my close friends. He's actually brilliant and loves these dogs. Some of them can't be fixed ever, can they, sir? Ever?
No, absolutely not.
Hey, if a family comes to you and says, I want to get a pit bull, and they have kids, what do you tell them?
You have to look at the lifestyle. I
what lifestyle
try to steer. Yeah, yeah, and are they active? Can they even have the dog? You know, some people are so busy with baseball and hockey and this and that, and then they have a lack of time for the dog, and that hurts the dog. Any dog. Again, there are good pit bulls out there, Marty. There are, but when you get one of those gamey pit bulls, or you get dogs that are under socialized, you have bad owners, then that dog can become a weapon. And one other thing that does upset me a little bit is the neighborhoods need to complain to the police departments and to different people if they think that dog is aggressive. So just so it's on record. And, we don't do that enough either. We need to protect, our children, our dogs, our families. And some of us are worried about, getting into an argument with our neighbor. Well, this is my granddaughter. This is my son. This is my, and me getting in an argument, I'm fine with that as long as I protect what's mine.
But here's where I'm confounded. Paul, how we met him is he trained our dog. He's unbelievable. But that damn dog, which is a little mini golden doodle, Paul, we've had her 4 years. That dog is incapable, and I mean this, incapable of aggressive behavior. Might lick you to death. My point is, that dog has no chance of biting anyone. And my son jacks with that dog. And we have guests in the house, and she barks, but that's it. Why the hell would you not choose that kind of dog versus a friggin' pit bull? I just don't understand it. Explain it to me like I'm a 4-year-old.
Yeah, and again, Marty, you look at most of these incidents that happen, and most of the incidents aren't from people that are good people with training or
idiots.
Anything like that.
They're idiots, is what you're saying.
Absolutely, 100%. And there's the lack of training, and it's a status symbol, and it shouldn't be. No dog should be a status symbol for anything. This is an animal. You need to stay in your lane. But again, Marty, I see it all too often, and it's sickening. And this is where, again, we've talked about it before, the dog fighting thing and everything else. It's an epidemic.
Yeah. Hey, my man. If I go into a shelter today in Beaver County with you, what percentage of the dogs in there are pit bulls? What percentage, roughly?
Oh, probably 80%.
Right on.
And probably,
right on.
I know it's over 50% in most shelters.
What the hell?
And it's a shame.
And they won't put the damn dogs down.
Some of the dogs, they will not, Marty. And I get calls all the time about, hey, this dog attacked this and this dog, can you look at it? And I'm like, why? There's a perfectly good beagle here.
Right on,
why
brother.
are you spending money on this dog
right on.
when you can save this dog right here? Some dogs are not savable. And some dogs should not be saved.
Right on, brother. Paul Anthony, my brother, best in the world, man. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
That little kid, man, will be scarred for life, mentally and physically. He'll be afraid of anything like that, and I feel horrible about what happened. Awful. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty, is we are getting reports of an accident. This would be as you're traveling Ohio River Boulevard, Route 65, between Sewickley and Glen Osborne Borough. It looks like it's right around the intersection with Boundary Street, as you're kind of right in the edge of the village of Sewickley, maybe heading up toward the Sewickley Bridge. We know that at least one unit has arrived on scene. Others have been dispatched, so do watch for slow-go traffic as you travel there. Coming southbound on 65 toward the city, you have some daylight road restrictions as you approach out of the Bellevue area and come down by the Rocks Bridge. 1 to 2 later awaits you at the Rocks Bridge there. Parkway West inbound is sluggish for you right around the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp before the Fort Pitt tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
We had a furnace guy, a stranger, come to our house, and he said it would be $300 to fix a part that was broken. This is a true story. I called two of these people, 2D Mechanical. They came to the house, fixed the part, didn't need to replace it. They're that good. They're that professional. 2D Mechanical works to make you happy. The best service, the best training, the best pricing I've ever seen in my life. 2D Mechanical, 412-771-4100. Check them out.
Pittsburgh Regional Transit is now hiring full-time bus drivers. It's a great place to accelerate your career. We offer great pay and terrific benefits like health care, paid vacation time, dental, vision, and more. We're even offering a starting bonus for those who qualify. Call 412-566-5162 to pre-register for our upcoming hiring event on April 10th, 2026. Candidates may receive an offer that same day. Go to rideprt.org/careers to learn more. PRT is an equal opportunity employer.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
For generations, you've listened to us in your kitchen, catching baseball games on your front porch, and ending your day as your bedtime buddy. Now, you can watch us every day on your TV with our new KDKA Radio YouTube page or by clicking on KDKARadio.com. It's presented by Metropolitan Windows. Same great content, more live visuals. The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Big box appliance and TV stores move volumes of product. They're not focused on you. You know who is? My friends at Voss TV and Appliance are family owned and customer focused since 1960. Rick, Matt, the entire team, experts. They know appliances and TVs inside and out. Voss has a huge selection of brands. Their own team does delivery and installation. And Voss's prices are amazing. Shop Voss's South Hill showroom. Go to VossTV.com or call 412-650-VOSS. Voss TV and Appliance. The lowest prices, guaranteed.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. A southwestern Pennsylvania automotive company has expanded its footprint in Ohio. Butler-based Deal Automotive has acquired 2 stores in Worcester, Ohio, from the Firelands Auto Group. Deal Toyota of Worcester is located at 1363 West Old Lincoln Way, and Deal Volkswagen of Worcester is at 1423 West Old Lincoln Way. Financial terms of the transaction were not disclosed. Deal, which sells new and used vehicles and has several locations throughout the region, was founded in 1995. Also, the Dick's Sporting Goods Pittsburgh Marathon has officially sold out, P3R announced yesterday, with the organization preparing to host what is expected to be the largest marathon weekend in event history, with more than 50,000 participants anticipated. The primary event, the 26.2-mile marathon race, is sold out, though registration remains open for a limited number of additional marathon weekend events. P3R said participants are encouraged to register soon, as several secondary races are nearing capacity and are also expected to sell out. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Probably didn't get to see the KTV piece of that little boy, but that little man, his mother, that little man had a walker. He was so jacked up. That just hacks me off, man. Those damn dogs should be illegal. Just sickening, man. That little man, that dog just wanted to kill him. It's disgusting, man. For those who think this is an anomaly and that pit bulls are great, you're wrong. a couple of facts for you to kind of clarify your love for these ridiculous dogs. One of my boys that I love, one of my close friends, he's obsessed with pit bulls. I'm like, my man, keep that friggin' dog away from me and my kids. Don't give a damn if you think that's a good dog. Man. Pit bulls have accounted for over 60%. How about that? Of all fatal dog attacks in America over the last 2 decades. 60%. One damn dog. One breed. Yeah, they're good dogs. Sure they are. Pit bull attack deaths, check this out, have exceeded 50 4 consecutive years. Last 4 years, 50 deaths a year, 50 dead a year from that damn dog breed. Come on, man. Pit bull attacks are associated with higher injury severity, higher hospital charges, higher risk of death. Did you hear what Paul said? Because I've been in these shelters. What happens is the morons breed them, and they fight them, or they don't want to mess with them. They realize they are dangerous, and they drop them off at the shelter, so the shelters are full of these damn dogs. And then poor folks, literally poor, go in there and pick them up. We'll just take the pit bull home. Wow. Hey. Pit bulls represent 6% of the dog population, yet 60% of the fatalities. How about that? Huh? It's ignorant, ma'am. It's ignorant. Golden Retriever, man, come on, man. That dog will lick you to death. Those little damn ugly, nasty, rat-looking chihuahuas, even if they bite you, they're going to scratch your ankle. A pit bull can kill you.
Wasn't there a time when Doberman pinchers, where everybody was afraid of a Doberman pinscher? And if I may, I know you had Paul on, who's a professional and a trainer. But Marty, as far as I'm concerned, any dog will bite you. Any dog will attack you.
Hold on, and he's right. And what happens is, because he is right, 2 things. What happens, my man, is it becomes kind of fashionable. So the Doberman was kind of the fashionable, hip, status dog. And then it transitioned to pit bulls, so he's right. And number 2, he's right again, so I love him. Any dog will bite you, but the bigger dog will kill you. Patrick has 2 ugly little chihuahuas. That little thing, if it nips on you, you're cool. Not a pit bull, man. They'll lock down and you ain't cool. It's scary as hell, man. And I've been around a couple of them, and I leave the room. And I'm not, I love the dog in our house. We had 7 men in our house today, and that damn dog rolling over, one of them in the rubber belly. Terry, go ahead.
Hi, Marty. I would say probably about 10 years ago, I would have agreed with you on the pit bulls until I kind of through an accident rescued a dog that was great majority Staffordshire Terrier, which is part of the pit bull family. And she is the nicest dog I've ever had. I owned 2 golden retrievers who I love. But she is a wonderful dog, and I even questioned sending her back when I found out what she was. And the vet said she said, you have a very nice dog here. You know, it's all in how you raise them. I wouldn't trade her for the world.
No, it's genetic.
No.
It's genetic. Read the data. I know you love your pit bull, but she wasn't listening to one word I said. Ma'am, they're responsible for 60% of the deaths. 60%, ma'am. One breed. And there's only 5 to 6% of them on the streets. Do the math.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas. The perfect place for mom.
Man, my friends at NASCO Roofing, they're out working in this weather, fixing damage from these storms. My man James from Lower Borough called them, and they're on it. Did work on his home. He had them do his mother's roof as well. James loved NASCO's quality work and appreciated NASCO working with his insurance company to get everything approved. NASCO is wonderful. They've satisfied thousands like James. Get NASCO on your roof. Call NASCO Roofing, 412-373-2000, 412-373-2000. Most jobs done in a day. Special financing available. NASCO Roofing, NASCO. Harold Shepley. People are getting their tax returns back. Should they use that to pay off their debt? Or you have any other suggestions, my man?
Yeah, Marty, a lot of times people, they'll take that tax return and they try to pay on their debt, but it's not enough to handle everything. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a gaping wound. So instead of wasting that tax return, they need to leverage it by calling my law firm to do either a debt negotiation or a bankruptcy.
Go to ShepleyLaw.com.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 70 degrees at 12 o'clock. I'm David Colorado. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Need a new roof or just want to repair a small leak? Trust PJ.com. Paying a lot to follow pro football? The Wall Street Journal is reporting that the Department of Justice is opening an investigation into the NFL over the broadcast rights for its games. This comes amid concerns from some fans, including members of Congress, about the rising costs of streaming and cable services to watch some games. Reports say some consumers paid more than $1,000 last season to watch games on various streaming services. Ceasefire talks scheduled to take place this weekend in Islamabad are now in doubt because of Israel's ongoing attacks against Hezbollah targets in southern Lebanon. The U.S. and Israel say that Lebanon is not part of the current ceasefire agreement. Iran says it is, though. More now from CBS's Elizabeth Palmer in Tel Aviv.
Fortunately, they haven't said we're going to start shooting again. But they have said, you better cut this out. We want to see an end to the attacks on Hezbollah, or we will not come to Pakistan to start talking with the United States, those negotiations that are supposed to be being led by Vice President Vance.
Today, Governor Josh Shapiro unveiled the headliners of the Commonwealth Concert Series. That's a 5-city celebration throughout May and June in honor of America's 250th birthday. One of the concerts will be held here in Pittsburgh.
On June 27th in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at the refurbished Point State Park, featuring Third Eye Blind and Nelly. Yes. That's going to be a good one.
Other locations for the series include State College, Erie, Wilkes-Barre, and Hershey. All of them are free, but you do need a ticket to attend, and those tickets will become available beginning on April the 17th. The Pirates have unveiled their 2026 City Connect uniforms, which fans can see for the first time in a game on Friday the 17th. The team says the all-black uniforms with gold lettering are meant to embody the grit, toughness, and pride that define Pittsburgh. You can see photos of them on our Facebook feed. Allegheny County Jail is helping inmates prepare for life after release with industry certifications in food service and hospitality. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has details.
Through this program, participants complete a 6-week course earning ServSafe and restaurant-ready certifications. Classes are held twice weekly inside the jail, and graduates can continue training or move directly into jobs after release. Officials say the program teaches valuable skills, builds career pathways, and connects returning citizens with industry opportunities through partnerships with Community Kitchen Pittsburgh and other hospitality organizations. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street at this hour, stocks are trying to make up their mind. Right now, though, the Dow is really gaining some momentum as it joins the other major averages onto the plus side. Currently, it is up 247 points. The NASDAQ at this lunch hour is currently up 174 points, and the S&P 500 is currently higher as well. Right now, it's up just about 40 points. KDK Radio News Time 12:03. The Pens are at New Jersey tonight at 7 o'clock, and they would clinch a playoff spot with a win tonight. KDK Radio News Time 12:03. That's time to call One Health Benefits at 724-799-8873 for the best affordable health insurance plans tailored to your needs. It's currently 70 degrees and sunny around Pittsburgh. The AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.
Is
your roof ready for April rain? Call Home Genius Exteriors now and get 50% off all roofing materials with 0% APR and no payments till 2027. Plus, get free gutters with your new roof. Call now to schedule your free, no-obligation roof and attic inspection from one of our experts. Call Home Genius Exteriors now at 855-U-R-GENIUS. That's 855, the letter U, the letter R, Genius. See website for details.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds, and you're overweight. Winner, winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you, with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So, yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou, because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds, too. Get a quote right now at 800-200-1966, 800-200-1966, or biglou.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today, plenty of sunshine and pleasant, becoming breezy and warmer, high 75, partly cloudy tonight, low 53. Clouds on the increase tomorrow, breezy and warm, perhaps a late-day shower, high 76. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Pitbull thing's ignorant, man. You get these people that call and get all bowed up over their damn pitbull. Knock yourself out, man. Just keep the damn dog away from me or anyone else. It's stupid. Man, I get so aggravated with people that have those dogs around kids, man. Just jag-offs. It's horrible. And they're dangerous as hell, man. 50 deaths a year, ma'am. Mm-hmm. But they're wonderful. Trevin, play this clip. This is a young 11-year-old boy. Listen to this clip. This is a video.
Look, no cars, 2 vans that we use for solo trips. Nobody's here, Mom. Nobody's here.
Aw. One more time.
Look, no cars, 2 vans that we use for solo trips. Nobody's here, Mom. Nobody's here.
That was an 11-year-old boy. Actually kind of scary. And it kind of raises this issue about bus safety and transportation, how we manage our kids. And then our kids that might have some developmental issues, how we manage them. And how we communicate with their families and how we trained bus drivers, and there's a dearth of them, so that they're kind of desperate to get them, so they end up with some of these idiots, and they make these mistakes, and they put kids in jeopardy. And in that case, that was an 11-year-old boy, and he was in a bad place, and by a screw-up by a bus driver. And his father reached out. Look, he wants people to know that this stuff happens and that we need to do better, and I couldn't agree with him more. Damon, how are you, man?
How you doing, Marty? I'm a little frustrated. I've dug down the rabbit hole. I've seen that this particular company, Roenick, has had these issues going back to 2011. Wow. There's a pattern. It's almost every 4 years. There's instances when it's 2 years. There was a kid left on a bus and a driver walked off, leaving the keys on the bus in 2011. Wow. In July of 2015, a bus driver left a kid alone again on a bus, and the company claimed to have developed an accountability act and put in safety protocols and procedures company-wide, and that driver was fired. That was the last instance of a driver being fired, since there were 2 instances in 2019, 10 days apart, and one involving a special needs student who was left on the bus for an hour.
Calm down. Let's tell your story first, because I love your passion. I know you're jacked up, and I know there's a lot involved here.
It's all about accountability.
Damon, hold on. Explain that video, what we're seeing and what happened, because folks want to know.
So my son goes to an alternative learning center. It's for students with a vast difference of special needs, regardless of what they may be, from behavioral to mental. Yeah. The school operates on 3 schedules. Because of that, they take students from all over the place. So they go by the busing transport schedule, they go by the school's actual own schedule, and then they go by the county where the child lives, okay? There is a calendar sent out by Marquee, which is the school, to all of the parties numerous times a month, being updated to the parents, to the bus garage, to the buses. Zayden's bus came, took him to school. Whenever he was adamant about not having school to the bus driver the whole time, the bus driver said, well, go check the door when they got there.
What?
He got off of the bus to check the door, and the bus driver left them.
No, he didn't.
So this is my son's account, okay? So we have to take this with a grain of salt. My child is in a behavioral school. I understand that. I'm seeking accountability. I asked the bus garage for the footage. They at first told me there was no footage, the camera wasn't working. Until I told them my son recorded a partial of the bus ride and a partial after the bus left him there. And then all of a sudden, now there is footage. They won't let me see it, but there's no audio. The school district has been able to confirm for me that they've seen the footage, and Brian Farah of the school district has confirmed that while he extremely agrees this is unacceptable, extremely unacceptable, he doesn't see on the video, because there is no sound, he confirmed there is no sound, anything that would rise to the matter of anything of Zayden's wrongdoing.
But hold on. What happened, though? Your kids left there. What the hell happened? How did he get home? What happened?
So he called his mother, thankfully, because she lives a lot closer than me. We are separated. I live an hour and a half away.
I see.
He called his mother, and she stayed on the phone with him the entire time and raced to him. He walked because he didn't want to stay right there. He tried to walk towards the bus. The bus just kept going. So while walking in the direction that the bus went, hoping that the bus would come back for him, he stopped at the local Sprankles Community Market where his mother did meet him.
How?
11 years old. He should have never been in that situation.
There's no way. There's a total screw.
So the school, Marty, the school has protocols in place and contracts in place with Roenick. I have been in contact with the transportation director and secretary for both the Leechburg School District, who employs Roenick, and Marquis, where they drop them off, where they are contracted for. There is an absolute adult policy for the school, and that the district employs it through Ronix. No time ever do children arrive at Marquis and adults are not outside.
So hold on,
all
man.
of them.
How the hell does that? How does that bus driver leave him there like that? I don't get that. Help me with that.
I don't know. I have no clue. If we're going by my son's account, the bus driver didn't have time to wait for him and wasn't going to be bothered to take him back home. We are going by an 11-year-old. They tell stories. We can't go by that. We need accountability. We need the video.
Did they punish the bus driver?
So from what I was told, and this is why I'm so irate. Yeah. When I called them back after talking to the director who did see the video and insinuated to me that from what he sees on the video, there's like a conversation between Zayden and the bus driver before he gets off of the bus, but there's no audio. You can't tell what was said. Zayden reluctantly gets off of the bus, and the bus leaves. Zayden does not reappear on the bus.
Wouldn't the driver know that there was no one at the damn school?
Yes, he should have. The bus company is aware. They get a schedule. They get numerous schedules. Every time the schedule's updated, Marquis provides everybody involved with the schedule.
Did they punish the bus driver?
The bus driver was originally, I was told, was going to be suspended, but then whenever I called them back, I was told Zayden was left because of his behaviors. He refused to get off or back on the bus. So there may be nothing further. And if I had any more problems, I could contact the school district.
But hold on. You admittedly know, and your son knows, that's why he's headed to this special school, that he has behavior issues, right?
And there are safety protocols and procedures in place.
So they're punishing him. This is what's so ignorant. It tells me the drivers don't have training for this, but you're sending him to a special school because he has behavior issues. They know this, yet they manage it by saying, hey, kid, get the hell off the bus. That makes no sense, brother.
Zayden says that the bus driver told him he needed to go check the door, and when he got off to go check the door, the bus driver pulled away.
Can you hang
and
around?
From what I've been told, I have not seen the video.
My man, can you hang around?
From what I've been, yes.
Yeah, I need you to hang around. This is endemic in a system that is so short of bus drivers that they get a little desperate.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Join Rob Pratt every Sunday at 11 a.m. for Black and Gold Sunday, presented by Coons Market, your hometown Pittsburgh grocer. Rob keeps you posted on Pittsburgh sports with 2 hours of exciting talk. That's Black and Gold Sunday, 11 to 1, presented each week by Coons Market.
I have serious problems with my voice. Cancer-related stuff. I end up with probably the best speech therapist, surgeon, doctor in the world at UPMC. Spent 2 days with them. Different breathing, different medications. And you probably noticed my voice has been better than ever for the last 2 weeks. My point is, when you get engaged with UPMC, they make sure you're okay. Life-saving, life-changing information. UPMC. Love it.
Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and Museum recognizes Pennsylvania's combat veterans who have received medals for gallantry. With this Hall of Valor moment, here's the Education Director of Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and Museum, Tim Neff.
Army Corporal Thomas Wallman of Allegheny County was awarded the Silver Star Medal for gallantry in action on the 26th of June, 1951 in Korea. His company was given the mission of securing a hill position heavily defended by enemy troops. Approaching the objective, the company was halted by automatic weapons fire and hand grenades from enemy bunkers. Corporal Wallman quickly realized that the first of those bunkers had to be knocked out before his company could advance. Without hesitation, he obtained an automatic rifle and ran forward through enemy fire. Though half-blinded and dazed by grenade concussion, Wallman reached the bunker, pointing his weapon into its entrance, firing until the enemy weapons were silenced.
To nominate a qualifying hero for the Hall of Valor, visit online at soldiersandsailorshall.org.
Beat the spring cleaning rush with Zero Res. This week, flash sale. $50 per room of carpet clean for unlimited rooms and whole system duct cleaning for just $5.99. Visit ZeroResPGH.com.
It's spring. That means birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, Mother's Day, and fresh, colorful spring flowers from OliverFlowers.com. Family-owned Oliver Flowers, celebrating spring for 96 years. Order online for free delivery in their service area. OliverFlowers.com.
Life-saving, life-changing information. UPMC. Love it.
This is CBS Eye on Veterans. Inspired by the medical technology he experienced at a VA in Minneapolis, wounded Marine Corps combat veteran Derek Herrera describes the medical technology he built a company around, and it's called the Habit Camera.
You take a small digital camera and you put it at the end of this flexible stick, and it allows you to inspect your skin in hard to see areas. And so you can easily and comfortably observe your skin on an iPhone or tablet app. And so you have it in high definition and high clarity, and then just text them, email them, send them via secure messaging to your provider. So you eliminate the ambiguity, and obviously a picture is worth 1,000 words.
It's one of the most successful law and justice programs in television history that continues to uncover the truth and investigate true crime cases. 48 Hours, CBS Saturday, and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Look, no cars, 2 vans I've used for solo trips. Nobody's here, Mom. Nobody's here.
So the kid is 11, has some behavioral issues, and that's why he's headed to a special school. And the bus driver has to know that. Yet the kid gets dropped off at a school that isn't even open and left there alone. And the comeback to dad is, well, your kid was acting up. That's ignorant. I mean, sir, that can't be the excuse. They can't do that. They can't just say it's the kid's fault. Can they, Dad? There's no way, sir, right?
The camera footage that the school district seen does not back up that claim at all. He is sitting on his phone, comprising himself very well the entire trip. It gets into a little bit of a discussion with the driver before he leaves the bus, and the bus leaves. Immediately after his departure from the bus, it leaves. The driver did not wait to see if he got into the school. The school has a policy set in place that no child ever gets off of a bus unless there's somebody outside. They stand outside from the time they get there to the time every bus has arrived that is supposed to be there. They go in together as a class from 8:45 on. The teachers are out front.
Have things gone okay since this incident?
Since this incident, yes.
Uh-huh.
I just, for me, thankfully, my child was okay.
Yeah.
But there has to be accountability.
Yeah, come on,
Too
man.
many children go missing.
Yeah. I mean, if a bus driver is transporting kids with special needs, they got to know that, brother. And they got to know how to manage that.
And I mean, thankfully, my child is very smart. He's a very intelligent kid. He's just he struggles processing his emotions, and something like this, it's not okay. No. It's just not okay for my child. It's not okay for anybody's child. Nobody should. Once we put our children on the bus, we should be confident that they're safely going to arrive to the school or back home with us.
100%. Is he okay, though? Is he shook up? Is your son fine?
Yeah, he was pretty scared about it the day of. He's come back around now. He's a little bit, off put by it because whenever he found out, they blamed him. And it wasn't him. He did nothing wrong. It wasn't his behaviors in this instance. And if it is, show me the camera proof.
What do you mean they blamed him, man? He's 11.
It was his behavior was the excuse why he didn't get back on the bus. Even if so, there's laws in place. You should have contacted the authorities.
You can't.
Somebody's criminally liable here. And is it the bus driver? Is it the company? Who is it? And I just want answers. And from the bus company, I have got none. Since I've made a fuss, they hang up when they hear my name.
Anyone apologize, sir?
No. The school district. The school district apologized. I'm sorry. The school district has apologized. The school has apologized for something that, as far as I'm concerned, this isn't even the school's mess up. This is the school district transportation's mess up. The school has appropriate policies and procedures in place. They were closed. The bus company should have called the parents and returned my child, not just left them there like it's not their problem.
No, I'm with you. It's dangerous as hell, and we're lucky we're not telling a horrific story. And what
it happens every 4 years. Mark my words. Roanoke has a history.
Well, what happens is they get a desperate for drivers, sir. And when you get desperate, you hire people that aren't as good as you need them to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that, we as parents, we're the first and last line of defense for our children.
Hell yeah.
And the way I was raised, I'm not just responsible for my child. I'm responsible for any child in my presence.
Right on.
Or ever around. So this isn't just about one child. This is about accountability and forcing the people that we entrust our children's lives to, their travel to do better.
I'm with you. I'm on it, man. Thanks, brother.
Have a great day, Marty. Thanks for having me.
I love him. The point is this. Kid's 11. Has emotional issues, and they know that. That's why he's going to a special school. The drivers have to know what's going on. I can't leave that kid alone, even if he's acting up, because I know he acts up because that's why I'm driving him to the special school. You can't leave him. You can't. It's dangerous as hell. Driving the bus is very difficult. The pay is horrible. The benefits are worse. And it's hard to get good drivers. But what happens is you get bad drivers and make mistakes, and kids get put in jeopardy. It happens more than ever before. And parents want accountability, and they deserve it. But we have to set up a system of training and staffing drivers that provides us with drivers we can trust with the lives of our children. Seems fair to me, right? It does. Folks, when we come back, you got to hear what's happening in Market Square, and it's good stuff. You got to hear this. Market Square, you got to hear this. Good stuff.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener, like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV, but if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to you at a campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
It seems like just yesterday when I captured my son's first steps, or when we recorded his soccer games on VHS tapes. Those moments are gone. But the old home movies and pictures don't need to be. That's why my son created Legacy Box.
That's right, Mom. Over 1 million families have used Legacy Box to digitally preserve their old home movies and photos.
Simply fill Legacy Box with your old camcorder tapes, film, and photos. They will professionally digitize and send them back on DVDs, thumb drive, or the cloud.
With Mother's Day around the corner, it's the perfect time to get your Legacy Box and save your family's history. After all, few things are as important as protecting your precious memories. Give your mom a Mother's Day present she'll never forget. Take advantage of our Mother's Day sale, which starts now. It's our best deal of the year. Save up to 60% off. Visit legacybox.com/radio and for a limited time, get an incredible 60% off your order. That's legacybox.com/radio for 60% off. legacybox.com/radio.
Need new windows or thinking about replacing the front door? Larry Richard for Specialty Window and Door. My friend Rick Fish and his local experienced installers have been specializing in windows and doors since 1980. Whether you're looking for vinyl, fiberglass, or wood, Rick features all the industry leaders, Provia, Joyce, Marvin, and Anderson. Whether it's one door, one window, or for the entire house, visit SpecialtyWindowAndDoor.com.
Every family vacation looks different. Maybe this year it's ocean waves in Myrtle Beach. Maybe it's lake mornings in Deep Creek. Maybe it's palm trees and turquoise water in St. Thomas. Wherever your next memory takes you, SWAC Vacation Rentals has the space, comfort, and experiences that bring everybody together. And when you book direct, you get the best homes at the best price without the extra fees. Start planning your next trip at SWAC, SWACKvacations.com. That's SWACVacations.com.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Sunny and 69 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm Paul Alexander. Immigration agents temporarily assigned to the Pittsburgh International Airport are no longer there, according to airport officials. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has details.
The Allegheny County Airport Authority confirms for KDKA Radio the ICE agents who had been stationed at Pittsburgh International Airport are no longer there, but provided no additional details. The agents were deployed to Pittsburgh and a dozen airports nationwide during the partial DHS shutdown, when staffing shortages impacted TSA checkpoints after some workers went unpaid. The deployment was ordered to help support airport security operations. TSA employees are now expected to receive paychecks again as the funding standoff in Washington continues. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Pennsylvania's Game Commission is set to consider more changes regarding Sunday hunting. We have more from News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado.
On the agenda when the commission meets this weekend, expanding Sunday hunting to lift the current ban for commercial regulated hunting grounds. It's a move designed to provide more flexibility for hunters at private facilities. The commission is also considering creating a new certified hunter program. What that would do is create a special class of vetted hunters who would be deployed specifically to help farmers manage deer populations damaging their crops. Members are also expected to take a final vote on deer season dates, maintaining the current start the Saturday after Thanksgiving. The commission voted down an earlier proposal that would have moved the start date to the Monday before the holiday. A separate measure is working its way through the General Assembly to return the start of rifle season to its traditional Monday after Thanksgiving start. David Ballarado, News Radio KDKA.
The Pirates have unveiled their 2026 City Connect uniforms. They will debut at home on Friday the 17th. The team says the all-black uniforms with gold lettering are meant to embody the grit, toughness, and pride that define Pittsburgh. You can see photos on our Facebook feed. Everybody's still talking about the deal Connor Griffin signed on the dotted line. 9 years, $140 million. But is he really worth that kind of money? Former Pitt Panther baseball coach Joe Giordano tells Rob Proud on KDK Griffin will be a bargain at this price, even though he's only played a handful of games in the majors.
The hands, the defense, everything that he brings to the table is exactly what you want in a type of franchise player. And at age 19, that is a huge, monumental responsibility, and he's handling it so well, and it's a bargain.
The 9-year deal will keep Griffin with the team through 2034. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 276 points, and Nasdaq up 177. The S&P 500 up 41 points. KDK Radio News time is 12:32. Our next update is 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A beautiful afternoon shaping up for the area with sunshine that'll become breezy and much warmer, the high 75. Partly cloudy tonight, low 53. Clouds on the increase tomorrow, a warm breeze, maybe a late day shower, high 76. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Hey, this is Lisa from Nest Expressions Window Fashions. I have some exciting news to share. To celebrate the opening of my newest gallery in the South Hills at 3150 Washington Road, McMurray, Nest Expressions is offering free motorization on Hunter Douglas Duets and their newest fabric slatted shade Aria. So call today or simply book online at nestexpressions.com.
Spring storms can cause havoc. When water gets in, ServiceMaster Greater Pittsburgh, they get to work. 412-RECOVER, the best call to make in the worst situation.
Man the yellow van, call ServiceMaster.
The bus driver scenario is scary as hell. A piece out of Atlanta. A bus driver on surveillance says, I ain't waiting on no train. The back of the school bus got hit by a speeding train full of kids. It's insane, man. It's insane. One of my boys, Richard Bazzi, Schultz Ford, on the phone. Bazzi, what's up?
Good morning, Marty. Good afternoon. How are you?
Good morning, sir.
Well, I just happen to be listening because, I'm at our favorite person's place of business, Yuri, and he religiously keeps your radio station on. And I just happened to hear a topic about producing young, safe drivers.
Yes.
So here's what I would like to be my contribution to that conversation, Marty. We do an event, and it's through Ford Motor Company, not Schultz Ford, but we do something called Driving Skills for Life. In that we teach young people the safe driving habits, et cetera, et cetera.
Nice.
However, that said, there's only there's two pieces to this. One is the student, and to me, one is the parent. And we ignore that part mostly. So my suggestion, and what happened, I heard that there were 4 students, young students, 2 15-year-olds, a 16-year-old, and an 18-year-old, that were sadly killed in a car crash in Swickley Township. You know the story, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So that affected me deeply. 2 15-year-olds. Now, you know what time it was when that happened?
It was like 5 in the morning. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, it was actually 3:30 a.m.
Yeah, crazy.
Okay? So it's crazy. Now, on my driving skills for life, I do it with Shelley Bortz, who you know well.
Love her.
I do it with the Pennsylvania State Police. I do it with a trauma surgeon. And I called somebody from KDKA Television and said, I want to amend our agenda. She said, well, what do you mean? I said, I want to include the parents. I want half the auditorium to be students, and I want half of it to be parents.
Hell yeah.
And I want to educate, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So, and that was my contribution, because if those kids, and this is no blame, this is no nothing, hindsight's 20/20.
No, of course.
If those kids were not out at 3:30 in the morning, they'd probably still be.
No, there's no question. And let's get personal, because I know you. You had to engage your own son and lecture him about driving safety. You just did. And that's
100%.
how you, right?
100%. Yes.
Yeah.
But I think that the responsibility just lies right in our hands, our parents, us. It's right in our hands. It's at our lap. We can prevent these things. What we do after that is teach them and educate them. That's great. But we have to have a set of boundaries that we are not compromising.
I'm all in. I love it. Now, you tell me when the event is. We'll have people there shooting video. It's brilliant. Thanks,
Marty. And I miss you. I haven't talked to you for a while. I miss you, and I love you. And this is why I love you, because you talk about the things that matter.
Yuri's my man. Tell him I said hello.
No, I don't like him.
I love him. Thanks, my man.
Thanks, man.
He's right. And I like what he's saying, because the truth is, and he knows this, his son had some driving issues, and he engaged his son and straightened him out. It's on all of us. And he's right about the 4 kids who died, too. Changing gears. I got to do this because I'm always ripping on downtown Pittsburgh, because it needs to be. However, one of my boys owns Moe's, Mike Geiger. He's a wonderful, wonderful man. He's had great success. We've known each other a hell of a long time. He has a very cool Moe's in Market Square. They're doing a whole damn makeover of Market Square. I have ripped on Market Square, the drug abuse, the homelessness, the teen punks, all that crap. Mike says, and Mike speaks the truth, things are looking a hell of a lot better, and I had to grab him because it's important. My brother, how are you?
All is good. Great to talk, Marty.
Well, we've talked this talk about Market Square for 20 years, brother. The ebb and flow, the ups and downs. You're telling me that it's coming back, and explain what's been happening. I love this stuff.
It's been a journey, and we're about 2 weeks away from the next chapter. Yeah, I mean, we actually yesterday was the timing's good. The downtown partnership. I can't even tell you how many police officers all were in a meeting yesterday talking about just preparation for ribbon cutting, which is April 22nd, nice. And that the square is going to be done and ready.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, again, words are words until the action happens.
Right on.
But dude, I feel so good about the words being spoken right now and some of the preliminary stuff that's happened. There's a plan. There are, dedicated resources. I'll give a ton of credit to the downtown partnership.
Nice.
Jeremy, his team, they've overseen this project, which you probably know the number better than me. I think it's like $15 million renovation.
Oh, yeah.
It's on time. Those crews, those guys, guys and ladies, been working 24/7 for the last few weeks at least, just to make sure to close up any gaps, to make sure the dates hit. But, we've got identified officers scheduled as regular beat, that are going to be there. And we haven't had that in years.
No.
With the downtown partnerships investing some funds into just some additional security folks and just additional help. The outreach groups, both for the kids and for the unhoused community.
Wow.
It was just, we were given an agenda that it looks as good as I've seen. And in my mind, I'm looking back to, kind of 2018, 2019, and what I view as absolute glory days in terms of business volume, the activity in the square, and
wow.
I'm feeling really good that we might be on the precipice of that happening.
Hold
again.
on, I want to say something you mentioned too. Foot traffic is up. Why? This is actually fascinating what he said. Why is foot traffic up, sir?
Yeah, we're looking at numbers that are you're coming close back to 2019 volume on Monday through Friday, your core lunch, which obviously you look around at the stories at PNC 5 days back to the office. I can tangibly see the results in foot traffic of, and I use PNC as the example since they're the most recent, but there's obviously several other employers in town that are doing more of that, and there's a vibe. It's starting, and as soon as the fences come down and everything's pretty and clean and new, I can't wait to look outside and see all those people and concerts and smiles, and we just haven't seen it in so long.
My man Mike Geiger from Moe's, we've known each other at least 20 years. It got so bad at one point that they had drug addicts overdosing in their bathroom. You had to buy something to come in the door. It got pretty... Mike, we've had talks. You're like, screw it, man. I'm not going to hang in Market Square. It got that bad for you at one point.
Yeah, no, the bad was bad. And that's, anyone I talk to about this, I use the extremes. The good, again, I'll go back to we did a full remodel. We doubled the space in 2018. So 2018, 2019 was as good as I've ever seen. It was great. Obviously, that slowed down, but then we got into, just a malaise is the best way I can put it. The rules weren't being enforced. It was too difficult to do so. There weren't enough people around to really justify everyone putting full resources out there. And I'm excited that those days might be long in the past.
Wow, this is so cool to hear, man. Wow, and there are going to be cops there all the time in the Market Square.
We had a great agenda laid out for us for what the plan is. Yes.
Wow, Mike Geiger, welcome to Moe's, brother. Thank you, my man.
Welcome to Moe's. No doubt.
I love it. I love Moe's. I love Mike. I love hearing that stuff about Market Square. This is very, very cool. Very, very hopeful.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. In my Get Marty segments, I hear from people all the time that have issues with debt. Check this out. If you're having problems with your debt, my friend Harold Shepley can help you right now.
Absolutely. We are a full-service debt relief law firm. We can help you negotiate your debt so you can avoid bankruptcy, or we can file bankruptcy if that's what's necessary for you and your family.
And the truth is, my man, it's not a hopeless situation.
Absolutely not. We're here to get people back on their feet.
I've seen them win, case after case after case. ShepleyLaw.com.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding. Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
So I'm outside looking at the house. It's spring. You got to do the yard and all that stuff. And I'm sitting there looking at our bay window, and it needs replaced. And I'm thinking, wow, the timing. Woo! Universal Windows Direct. This, my friends, is the time. This, my friends, is the deal. 2 windows, get 2 free. 24 months, no payments, no interest. Unbelievable. $500 bonus off your home improvement project. Even better. 412-543-6003. 412-543-6003. Buy two, get two free. No payments, no interest. For 24 months. $500 off your project. You know, you'll be saying, I love my windows. Amazing stuff. 2D Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders, is a family business that I truly admire. 2D culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. 2D Mechanical Systems, they're the people you want working in your home.
Y108 presents Odyssey, The Night Before, powered by Bowser Chevrolet, starring Jason Aldean. Oh my goodness, let's go! You can't buy a ticket to this show. You can only win your way in. Full details at y108.com. Presented by Miller Lite and brought to you by Giant Eagle, Pool City, True Green, and Broken Bow Records.
Hi, Paul Alexander here to let you know the KDKA has planned a fabulous 5-day Arizona getaway this September, and it's filling up fast. My wife, Shelley, and I want you to join us for an unforgettable trip based in beautiful Flagstaff, a relaxed mountain town that makes the perfect home base. From there, we'll explore the incredible red rocks of Sedona, travel by rail to the breathtaking Grand Canyon, a bucket list spot that everyone needs to see at least once. And then we'll take in the stunning scenery around Lake Powell with its deep blue water and wide open views. It's the perfect mix of sightseeing, natural beauty, and plenty of time to just enjoy where we are. And September is truly the sweet spot. Comfortable weather, no summer crowds, and everything planned for you. No guessing, no stress. Just show up and enjoy Arizona. Space is limited. Seats are disappearing quickly. Visit travelwithkdk.com or call 800-383-3131. Again, travel with KDK.com or call 800-383-3131. Can't wait to see you there.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. On Wall Street, stocks are moving higher now after Israel agreed to hold direct talks with Lebanon following a bombing campaign there just yesterday. Now, that's bolstering hopes that the agreed-upon ceasefire the U.S. made with Iran 2 days ago will now hold throughout the entire Middle East ahead of this weekend's peace talks in Pakistan. After some early losses and economic data showing inflation still on the rise, economic growth slower than previously thought at the end of last year, stocks have turned things around. Right now, the Dow and the S&P 500 are both up 0.6%. The NASDAQ, 0.75% higher. Oil, though, still a little higher, too. It's at $97 a barrel. The cloud computing company CoreWeave inking a long-term agreement with Meta Platforms to provide AI cloud capacity for the next 8 years. The cost, $21 billion. And the struggling housing market getting some hope. Mortgage rates declining this week for the first time since the start of the war against Iran in late February. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I don't know what to think about the parking stuff downtown. They've changed the rates in the lots to $5 an hour in the meters. I don't know what to make of that. I don't know. People are also banging on the school district because they closed their schools for they're having at-home learning, and so the parking lots near the NFL draft, they're renting out spaces. The school district is for extra revenue. I don't know. Some people say it's a cash grab. It is. Yeah, sure. But it's cash that they desperately need. So in terms of the spaces downtown, I don't know what to say.
Marty, can I ask you this question?
Yeah.
The parking spaces at the school, because I was watching that story yesterday.
Yeah.
I think that's innovative, and this is me personally.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because if the school is charging for the parking spaces, the school is generating money for itself, correct?
It is.
Does it go back to the particular school, or does it go to the school district?
District.
Oh, it goes to the district.
It does.
Okay. Well, yeah, I might have an issue with that.
Huh.
Because if the school itself, and this is why I say this,
Yeah.
if the school itself needs the money,
They do.
then they could generate money with their parking lot,
They can.
put it right back directly into that particular school, and help the students.
But the general fund is like $20 million in debt. So some people are saying it's greedy, it's a cash grab. I agree with you, though. Look, my man, the lots are empty anyway. Why not make the money?
And if you look at some of those lots, they need repaved.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
so what do you think about, hold on. I get both sides of this. So they're jacking up the meters downtown to $5 an hour during the NFL draft. It's the same philosophy that hotel rooms are $1,000.
Correct.
Isn't it?
Correct.
Supply and demand?
It's about money.
Yeah,
we do that every day.
Every day. And I have no problem spending $5 an hour if I'm downtown during the draft. And we're doing our show down there those 2 days. And I'm thinking, where the hell am I going to park?
But I'm upset, though, if I'm driving downtown every day and I use the parking meters, maybe not a parking lot, then...
Oh, they're hacked.
Exactly. Exactly.
They are, man. The only thing I would say is I'm a man, Meryl Stabile says this, and I'm all in with this. Unless you have a reserve space, stay the hell away from downtown those couple of days. And by the way, the folks that are angry about this, they've taken away 4,000 spaces with the big stage over there, okay? And so now they're saying, if you don't have that space, you got to park somewhere else. And if you go downtown, it's $5 an hour. And if you're working 8 hours, that's $40 a day. A lot of companies are saying we're not working those days. And the theory is that this money will come from tourists, not folks working downtown. I don't know. But a lot of people find it aggravating. As I discussed with so many of my friends, if you have a small business, because of the mania downtown, the crowds, in all likelihood, you will not benefit. The hotels, yes, captive audience. The food venues at the events, Point State Park, over at the stadium, yes, they'll benefit. But small businesses, it's iffy. Because most people are afraid to come downtown. And a lot of companies are doing what the school district is doing and saying, stay home for those 3 days. A little tip about the NFL draft. It's 3 days. It starts in the evening. The first day and night, packed, insane. Second day, about half that. And by Sunday, small crowds. Small. My point is, if you want to see this and you don't mind hearing them calling out 4th round draft picks or 5th round, go late Saturday or Sunday. If you don't mind massive crowds, and if you have some place to park, because I don't know where I'm going to park downtown. We have a show live there. We'll find someplace. No big deal. We will find parking. But unless you have something reserved, as Meryl Stabile says, from Alco Parking, and he's my man, I would stay away from it. I would, because it's going to be a pain in the ass. And for your regular person working downtown, $5 an hour for the meters after you got pushed off the north side because they took your North Shore parking, you're getting screwed. Just the truth.
Real quick, my concern would be if I'm living on the north side in the neighborhood.
Oh, it's going to be awful. It just is.
Because it's awful during Steelers games.
Yep. We're going to do shows down there. We're talking about parking at Nova Place, and that's at least a half-hour walk to where we're going to be doing the show. It's going to be that tight parking.
It's not half an hour, sure, man.
The way I walk it is.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I soak it in, man. But I love what Geiger said about Market Square. Mike Geiger from my man from Moe's.
Every Tuesday morning at 7:20, listen for Inside Independence Health, a look at all things healthcare with the experts from Independence Health System. It's brought to you by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
Hello, this is Lester Botkin, Chief Investment Officer of Botkin Family Wealth Management. I've been lucky in my life, and I'm grateful to the clients who've helped make our family-owned business a success. But like most of us, my beginnings were far from glamorous. Julie and I got married after I'd spent 3 years in college and 5 years in the Marine Corps. She worked full-time to support us both while I was finishing my degree. One day, we got caught in a major hailstorm. Hail the size of golf balls nearly destroyed our car. When the insurance check arrived, we used it to pay down Julie's student loans and drove that badly dented car around for 4 years. We didn't have much back then, but we had each other, and remembering those years makes me appreciate the blessings we have today. At Botkin Family Wealth Management, we're interested in hearing your story, because understanding your beginnings is an important part of appreciating what it took to get where you are today. Visit us at botkinfamilywealth.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
Folks, appliances are big purchases. That's why I recommend Voss TV and Appliance, family owned since 1960. Megan, Tracy, the entire Voss team are experts. They know appliances and TVs inside and out. They take the guesswork of shopping and provide helpful advice before, during, and after your purchase. Having knowledgeable people on your side that you can trust matters. Shop Voss's South Hill showroom. Go to VossTV.com or call 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS. Voss TV and Appliance. The lowest prices, guaranteed.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. We're proud to offer high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and hear the difference today by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Sunny and 70 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander. News brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. 45 years of experience and thousands of five-star reviews. TrustPJ.com. Do you remember the case of a man from Brazil who was taken into custody by immigration enforcement during a traffic stop near Osborne Elementary? Charges against 38-year-old Bruno Guedes da Silva have now been withdrawn. He was taken into custody for allegedly trying to buy a Glock and saying he was not an illegal alien in the U.S. on the paperwork. I said he's in the country illegally, but his attorney says he was seeking asylum. The Trib says the DA's office withdrew charges against him yesterday, citing compassionate and humanitarian reasons. Da Silva's daughter's receiving cancer care at a local hospital. Federal authorities still have Da Silva in custody. He faces a bond hearing on the 13th. ICE agents are no longer conducting security checks at Pittsburgh International. The airport authority confirms for KDKA Radio the agents have left. They were sent to multiple airports last month by the president to help ease the congestion at security checkpoints. One Pittsburgh council member is pushing back against the mayor's plan to redirect money set aside for new ambulances. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has that story.
A proposal from Mayor Corey O'Connor's administration to shift nearly $2 million from the city's EMS budget sparked debate at City Council Wednesday. But Councilwoman Barb Warwick argued the city's aging fleet is already in crisis and warned removing funding could make equipment shortages worse.
And again, I understand that these are hard choices, right? These are hard choices that our budget team has to make and that administrations do every single year, right? But the reality is those choices result in our fleet getting underfunded, and that has gotten us to this crisis point today.
Council rejected Warwick's amendment and instead backed the mayor's broader budget changes. However, it must first have a public cablecast hearing before it can take final action. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Are you paying a lot to watch NFL games? The Wall Street Journal is reporting the Department of Justice is opening an investigation into the NFL over the broadcast rights for its games. It comes amid concerns from fans, including members of Congress, about the rising costs of streaming and cable services to watch some games. Reports say some consumers paid more than $1,000 last season to watch games on various streaming services. Pennsylvania's Game Commission is set to consider more changes regarding Sunday hunting. We have more from News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado.
On the agenda when the commission meets this weekend, expanding Sunday hunting to lift the current ban for commercial regulated hunting grounds. It's a move designed to provide more flexibility for hunters at private facilities. The commission is also considering creating a new certified hunter program. What that would do is create a special class of vetted hunters who would be deployed specifically to help farmers manage deer populations damaging their crops. Members are also expected to take a final vote on deer season dates, maintaining the current start the Saturday after Thanksgiving. The commission voted down an earlier proposal that would have moved the start date to the Monday before the holiday. A separate measure is working its way through the General Assembly to return the start of rifle season to its traditional Monday after Thanksgiving start. David Ballarado, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 247 points, the Nasdaq up 122, the S&P 500 up 31 points. KDKA Sports, Penguins in New Jersey tonight, and with a win, they'll be automatically into the postseason for the first time in 5 years. KDKA Radio News Time, 1:03. Time to call Dina Schmidt and Michael Coleman at One Health Benefits, 724-799-8873 for the right health insurance plan that can save you thousands. Right now, sunny and 70 degrees in Pittsburgh. Your AccuWeather forecast is next.
Is there constantly someone in the family fighting a cold? Fight back with Sniper, a hospital-grade disinfectant that kills viruses and bacteria, and it won't hurt your skin, your pets, or our environment. Hi, this is Larry Richard. Get Sniper. It's safe to use in your home and office. Simply spray and walk away to kill germs for maximum protection. Pick up a bottle of Sniper at your local True Value store or visit disinfectwithsniper.com. Get it now.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine for the rest of today, becoming breezy and warmer, high 75, then partly cloudy tonight, low 53. Clouds increase tomorrow, could be a late-day shower. A warm breeze, though, the high tomorrow, 76. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Water can get in, that's bad business. ServiceMaster Greater Pittsburgh going to get in and fix it for you. Water can get through your roof, your windows, even your basement, and once it does, it spreads quickly. That's terrible. When water gets in, ServiceMaster Greater Pittsburgh, they get to work. Demand that yellow van. 412-RECOVER. That's the number. That's 412-RECOVER. The best call to make in the worst situation.
Man, the yellow van. Call ServiceMaster.
File with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They help you get your biggest refund, and then they help you do more with it. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
My cousin flew in combat, A-10, had like 80 missions, and at the time had several kids back here, freaked out. His wife, kids on a daily basis wondering if Daddy was okay. I saw one of my boys last Friday his son is an F-22 pilot. So then he watches everything that happens in this war and prays and hopes that his son comes out okay. And then his son has 3 kids, little kids. And so his wife's alone with him. It's hell, man. In the 171st refueling right here, they got a bunch of folks in Iran, a bunch, and they've lost 5 or 6 aircraft. It's because I've lived and worked all over the country in Oklahoma, in Los Angeles, in Texas. I met a lot of military families because of reporting. In life, as a military wife and or kid and or husband, can be ridiculously stressful and difficult. I reached out to one of the best in America, Congressman Tim Murphy, who's also a doctor, and studies this stuff extensively. This is the month of the military child, ironically. This is not an easy life, is it, sir?
No, it isn't. It's a good life, but not an easy life. The children of military families, let's start off with active duty. Military families actually have children at a younger age than in general.
Yes.
So they marry, they have them in their 20s. And at that time, they're dealing with multiple issues: how to establish a household, learn about finances, and juggling that with the demands of the military. They tend to move every 2 to 4 years, so kids have a hard time really setting roots in schools. It's particularly tough on teenagers who may start with some friends in high school and then they have to move on. So it can be difficult. And you just hit on a very important point. When many people watch the news, other kids watch the news, it may be something in the background they don't pay attention to. But children of military families, on a couple levels, when they hear about wounded, when they hear about attacks and hurting Americans, when they hear about planes and other things being destroyed, they do wonder, gee, is that my mom or my dad or my brother or sister out there? And it is very tough on them. Now, we in Pittsburgh have most of the military reserve bases here for the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, and we have the Air National Guard as well, and Army National Guard in this region. But there's still a lot of people who are deployed who live in this region, and the kids and the family and parents may stay here while someone is off. They may be staying with grandparents. So it's really important that during the month of the military child, we pay special attention to those kind of needs the kids have and be supportive of those families in the community.
Congressman Murphy, Dr. Murphy, you've seen this firsthand. How's the military doing with this? Back in the day, you just accepted it, you moved on, just deal with it. Are they engaging the families more in kind of understanding the dynamic and how difficult this is, sir?
Yes and no. Certainly on military bases where there is a lot of support on the base, yes, that's the case. There are many things there. Now, if someone lives off base, they may not have the same support. They have access to them, but they can provide advice to families of how to juggle finances, babysitting, finding a local doctor, getting some help if there's some stresses and strains are exhibiting in the kids. More problematic sometimes for the reserve. Now, a lot of the people who may be at a reserve base in Pittsburgh, they may not necessarily live here, and those who are in the reserve may not necessarily serve in the Pittsburgh region. It's nice if they do, but I've met people that go all over the country for that. But the point about that is, even if someone's in the reserve, and so, mom or dad, they're home during the week, but 1 week in a month, they're gone for their training. But they could get a call or a letter, an email that says you need to show up here right away and you're going to be gone for a few months. And so here it is not quite the same. There are some supportive services on bases, but it's not the same as on an active duty base. And that's why communities need to pay attention. If they know that a child in school maybe starts to show little behavior problems, not paying attention as well, looks like they're not sleeping, and they find out that parent is involved in the military, even if they're not deployed, that child may be well aware of what's going on in the world, and it can be worrisome for them. So you want to be a little extra concerning and extra care and provide supports for them.
Doctor, as you know, this situation has changed dramatically. In my day, when we were growing up, if you're in the reserve, you're kind of in the reserve. Now, we saw this during the Gulf War. A lot of men and women in the reserve end up deployed, and some die. And it's insane stress for families. What can we do to kind of embrace that notion that these kids, these families might have to deal with that, sir?
Well, about 40% of those who served in Iraq or in war were reserving guard.
Wow.
So it's a huge percentage.
Wow.
And yes, there were some casualties among them, wounded and certainly deaths and psychological effects too. And look back at this thing that when they come home and when the families are, they don't have a base to go to. Now, there are wonderful things that the local bases will do for family engagement. They'll have some events for them. But it is important that if you got neighbors who the kids are part of the military, or friends, it's time to be extra supportive. And here's some things you want to do. If you're one of those people who don't agree with the war, keep it to yourself.
Right on. Shut up.
Really, put duct tape over it. You're not helping anybody at all. It doesn't matter what you think about that. It's one of those things you just don't want to discuss or indicate things. Kids can pick up on even a roll of the eyes or a change in the tone. Whether you like Biden or Trump, they're still the commander-in-chief.
Right on, brother.
And the military understands in the chain of the commander-in-chief, whether you agree with him politically or not, it doesn't matter. That's where the orders come from. And kids get that. And kids know that mom or dad have to pay attention to those orders. They don't get choices. And if they get the call to be deployed, it is a matter of being supportive. And understand that the spouse who remains home now has extra things to deal with. Many times the spouse in a military family is underemployed because they know their life can be disrupted. They may have to move again or something like that. It's okay to say sometimes, hey, can I want to come over for dinner? Or can you kids come over? Can my kids play with yours? Can I take you out, maybe help you with dinner some night? Those little things are big things to military families. And it doesn't have to be major conflict like World War II or Korea or Vietnam. It's these scattered conflicts like this where we have a lot of military engaged, yes, but kids still know what's going on. So be supportive. And if you got to talk about it, put a sock in it.
And for parents, man, you said it, brother. They bounce around so much. It's hard, man, for kids to move into a new high school every 2 years and meet all new friends. We got to be aware of that, too, and embrace that when we see a new kid from a military family, don't we, sir?
Yeah, we do. We do. And if they, when they come home from being deployed, or even if they're just a drill weekend. Remember, those parents who are doing a drill weekend, it means they go serve in the reserve for a weekend or the guard. Those are parents who are missing out on their kids' soccer game or football game or baseball, and they don't get to see it. And that means a lot to children, too. So be aware of those things as well, being supportive of families. Little bits can help a lot. I should say this, too. When I served in the Navy, I worked at Bethesda Hospital,
yes, of course.
And Walter Reed Hospital, with traumatic brain injury and post-traumatic stress disorder patients. And understand that PTSD lingers on in some of these patients and some of these parents. And so even if that parent is no longer in the military, the effects of it can still be there. It could be shortness of temper. It could be flashbacks. It could be wanting to be isolated. It could be changes in mood. It could be strains in family relationships. Don't assume that just because someone may be grumpy, they're just grumpy. Don't assume that when someone just doesn't want to go anywhere, they just are shy. Be supportive. You don't have to pry, but be supportive. This means a lot, too, if you're a pastor or clergy at a church. Pay some attention and engage in them. And by the way, if any pastor or clergy are, this is a good month to give the kids an extra blessing at these times.
A lot of stress, brother. Congressman Tim Murphy, doctor, appreciate you, my man. It's important information. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for pointing this out to people today. Have a great day.
Big deal.
Listen to The Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Man, my friends at NASCO Roofing, they're out working in this weather, fixing damage from these storms. My man James from Lower Borough called them, and they're on it. Did work on his home. He had them do his mother's roof as well. James loved NASCO's quality work and appreciated NASCO working with his insurance company to get everything approved. NASCO is wonderful. They satisfied thousands like James. Get NASCO on your roof. Call NASCO Roofing, 412-373-2000, 412-373-2000. Most jobs done in a day. Special financing available. NASCO Roofing, NASCO.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is...
just driving the kids to soccer practice.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA-estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And hey, come on, no cleats on the seats.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it.
Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
At Perry Calder, the law firm, they have AI, all right, but it's attorney intelligence. John Perry is one of my close friends. I have brought family and friends into his office. They have doctors on staff to investigate some of the biggest settlements in Pennsylvania. They care and they win. At Perry Calder, they make sure that you're taken care of. Perry Calder, 412-281-4200. Perry Calder, 412-281-4200. 4200. AI, all right. Attorney intelligence. Check them out.
I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg with your KFC weekend weather update. Saturday will feature a mix of clouds and sun with a high of 64 degrees. The Colonel made irrationally delicious chicken. He also made irrationally irresponsible decisions about prices. That's why the KFC $7 box feast comes with a KFC snacker, 5 nuggets, fries, and a drink, all for just $7. Prices and participation may vary.
Introducing Home Care Plus, a new subscription service from Lowe's that helps make life easier by giving members a hand with home maintenance. Let Lowe's tackle the tasks you keep meaning to do, like electric dryer vent cleaning, replacing hard-to-reach light bulbs, and more. Subscribe to Home Care Plus for just $99 a year and consider your to-do list done. Members get more at Lowe's. Available in select zip codes only. Cancel anytime. Non-refundable fee. Product purchase required. Terms and service restrictions apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Perry Calder, AI, not artificial intelligence, attorney intelligence. Perry Calder, the law firm.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
It's tough, man, being in the military. It's tough. The emotion of it, the stress, and what kids have to deal with. And there's more to it. Even the congressman said, the fact that kids move around so much and they don't get to settle down. It's tough, man. And we didn't even get into the financial side. Oh, I went on to bases in Texas where those folks were poor, man. Poor. Husband or wife were overseas in a war and getting shot at, and whoever's left behind is in line with food stamps. No joke. Horrible, inadequate housing. I'm not disparaging the military, but I'm suggesting that it's not an easy life, and that's why I've had the good pastor on, Pastor Stump, so many times recently, because so many of folks from the 171st Refueling Unit are now in Iran, and he's trying to provide counsel and comfort and food. And if you look up the pay scale for folks in the military, and no one does it to get rich, that's fine, but at the end of the day, folks, they got to pay their bills, and a lot of folks can't. And so mom or dad are at home with 3 or 4 kids, and then they have to work a second job, and they're living in lousy housing. A substantial number of folks serving in the military are on food stamps. It's just the truth. It's a hell of a commitment. And then if mom and or dad come home from a war and they have issues, then the kids have to manage, like, what the hell happened to dad? And the congressman mentioned something really significant. with all the morons out there that want to express their opinions about this action in Iran, they'll directly confront folks in the military. I hate Trump. How could you fight that war? Blah, blah, blah. Same thing happened with any president in any war. Bush took a lot of grief over the war in Iraq for obvious reasons. Weapons of mass destruction that didn't exist, all that stuff. And then Biden took insane grief over Afghanistan, how he got out of there, how many Americans died, more than 20 years committed, and $1 trillion spent, and here we are. It's very, very difficult for kids to manage this. What's amazing is when you meet what they call them military brats, and they spend their lives in 13 different places. It's a weird life, and dad's never around because he's deployed. Or now mom's never around because she's deployed. And it's tough, man. Well, I admire the hell out of anybody serving because it's war is hell, and that's a cliche, but it's a friggin' fact. And people live this every day. And what Murphy said, too, which is relevant, 40% of the folks in reserve are called up. That's insane. That's frightening. In the most recent folks here from the reserve, the 171st Refueling Unit, and they're there. And more going every day. And that's why so many people want this thing to end, because they have family members over there. And it's not the best time to be at war, man. It never is a good time, and it's dangerous as hell, and it's scary as hell. And I wish them the best. Hey, before we go to break, I want you to play my favorite clip of the day. I'm getting insane feedback from the clip of the city workers. This is a guy who's a plumber, and he sees a bunch of public works employees from the city he says are screwing off. And he decides to confront them. This happened. You got to hear this tape. This happened yesterday in Hazelwood. You got to hear this. Listen.
Why are you leaning on my vehicle? How many city employees does it take to stand here and do nothing? I'm going to send this to the mayor's office right now. The language on this dude here is unbelievable with children in the house, the way he's speaking. Yeah, I know, wow. How about get to work on my tax dollar? How about that, yo? All right, we could just sit here and watch, that's all. I'm going to send this to Mr. O'Connor. Y'all ain't been doing nothing all day. Who's in charge? Who's the supervisor here? My mother. Oh, that's who the supervisor is? Cool, that's on video, big guy. You gonna speak to a city resident that way? What's your name, tough guy? What's your name? Yeah, you ain't gonna say nothing. He said my mother. What? He said my mother. Big tough guy, worked for the city. Said my mother. Okay, we're gonna see about my mother. Who's in charge? Who's the supervisor? Oh, they was in a pickup truck? Okay. Said my mother. It was my mother that did it. My mother did it. It's all good. Ain't zero accountability in this city. All this money. Don't worry, I'm sending this to the news. I'm sending this everywhere. Smile. Get Marty. I'm sending this to Marty. My mother. I'm going to send it to my mother.
I'm told the city is over there right now at the 3rd Division, talking to these employees. There's several issues here. What's the work situation here? There was a real small lot, and there were several crews there, and they were standing around. Then the other issue is they really got nasty with this guy dropping F-bombs and getting aggressive and assertive. And what's the decorum issue? And regarding the city in general, with the city in so much debt, and so much concern about money that we don't have, how efficient is it to have a lot of folks standing around? And for those people telling me to screw off and I'm this and I'm that and threatening the guy who shot the video, go to hell. Hey, man, these folks need to be just as accountable as anybody. $28 an hour. $28 an hour. It's about 60,000+ a year, so you know. So at the end of the day, they're our dollars, and the city's in massive debt. They should be held accountable, and that's just the way it is. And we're sticking to it.
It's spring. That means birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, Mother's Day, and fresh, colorful spring flowers from OliverFlowers.com. Family-owned Oliver Flowers, celebrating spring for 96 years. Order online for free delivery in their service area. OliverFlowers.com.
Massive storms jacked up so many houses. Had a good friend call me, had a big tree on their house. Big. I texted Carlos from Greater Pitt Tree Service. He was at the house within an hour with his crew cutting up and removing that massive tree. Greater Pitt Tree Service. Best training, best equipment, best pricing. Carlos, Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE. 412-884-TREE.
This is Dr. Shufo from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center. You know that little voice in your head that keeps whispering, I wish I was thin. I wish this summer could be different. I wish I wasn't so self-conscious in shorts and a bathing suit. The wishing that you could have more energy and move better. The wishing stops now. Picture this. You this summer strutting the beach, on your vacation, feeling good about who you are, feeling the breeze on your knees. Let's turn those wishes into your reality. Let's not procrastinate. Call me at 1-800-900-THIN.
Life-saving, life-changing information. UPMC. Love it.
If subsidizing sports events brings businesses to the state and then gets them interested in investing in locating or relocating in Pennsylvania, does that happen without additional subsidies? If there's an additional incentive package beyond what was spent on the event, it calls into question the effectiveness of sports event funding. Learn more about this topic and others at AlleghenyInstitute.org, where conventional public policy wisdom has been challenged since 1995. That's AlleghenyInstitute.org.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener, like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV, but if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to you at a campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Mostly sunny and 72 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm Paul Alexander. A former local doctor has been convicted of trying to kill his wife while they went hiking in Hawaii. 47-year-old Gerhard Koenig was convicted following a 3-week trial. Deputy Prosecutor Joel Garner.
We hope that the verdict today brings Ariel the next step into closure, and she can close the chapter on this part of her life. The last thing to say is we'd just like to thank Amanda Morris and Sarah Bucksbaum. They stepped in, they heard somebody who needed help, and they stepped in to help.
He was accused of trying to kill his wife, Ariel, who testified he was angry because she had had an affair. Allegheny County Jail is helping inmates prepare for life after release with industry certifications in food service and hospitality. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has details.
Through this program, participants complete a 6-week course earning ServSafe and restaurant-ready certifications. Classes are held twice weekly inside the jail, and graduates can continue training or move directly into jobs after release. Officials say the program teaches valuable skills, builds career pathways, and connects returning citizens with industry opportunities through partnerships with Community Kitchen Pittsburgh and other hospitality organizations. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
City Council member Bob Warwick continues to raise a flag over proposed changes to funding for the city fleet and the mayor's budget amendments. The mayor announced last month he'd be reopening the budget in part to put corrected revenue figures on the books, which will also add anticipated expenses. Warwick says if UPMC is providing money for EMS vehicles, they should be viewed as extra money for vehicles, not a reason to move money to cover other expenses. If the city would budget the recommended $20 million each year specifically spent on the fleet.
We are nowhere close to $20 million in 2027, right? We have $5 million of UPMC money. And that's it.
Council did a line-by-line preliminary vote on the amendments yesterday. It must first have a public cablecast hearing before it can make that final action. 2 companies that pleaded guilty to corruption charges will be dissolved as part of an agreement reached this week with the Attorney General's office. Buffalo Skill Games and JJ Amusement also agreed to forfeiting $5 million in assets. Attorney General Dave Sunday said the state police probe of the companies helped to dismantle a large-scale operation that involves slot machines essentially dressed up as a skill game. Adding illegal gambling operations can fuel criminal enterprises, exploit those addicted to gambling, and rip off customers with games. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 355 points, the Nasdaq up 189, the S&P 500 up 47. KDKA Radio News time is 1:32. Our next update at 2 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander on the voice of Pittsburgh. News Radio, KDKA.
Hey, I'm Sam.
And I'm Calvin.
When we started Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks, it wasn't a big crew or a fancy shop. Just Calvin and me in our grandma's garage.
We'd load up our tools every morning, build decks all day, then unpack right there in her driveway.
That little garage laid the foundation for what Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks is all about. Working hard, staying honest, and treating people like family.
We've grown a lot since then, but those family values still guide every job we do. Call the Cousins.
Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks. Call the Cousins.
Hi, this is elder law attorney Carl Zachariah with the elder law firm of Zachariah Brown. You know, every day I get a call from somebody because they have a loved one in the nursing home, they lost their house, they lost all their money, and they are in trouble, and that's when they call. Why do they call us? Because we can help. The better call to make, though, is to call ahead of time. As soon as you have a loved one going into a nursing facility, call us immediately, and we'll help take care of you. Zachariah Brown, 724-942-6200, or PittsburghElderLaw.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today, plenty of sunshine and pleasant, becoming breezy and warmer, high 75, partly cloudy tonight, low 53. Clouds on the increase tomorrow, breezy and warm, perhaps a late day shower, high 76. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Welcome to Radio Rental. The scariest stories you've ever heard in your life. All told by real people. And off we go.
This wasn't a human being that I saw. There's something here in this house, something not of this world.
There was a woman moving through the hall. I stepped back and I was completely alone.
Radio Rental is available now. Listen for free on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
2D Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders, is a family business that I truly admire. 2D culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. 2D Mechanical Systems, they're the people you want working in your home.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
It is a Thursday. Big show today. Lots going on. County Council member Dan Grisbach, he stops by in the 5 o'clock hour. We'll talk to him about ICE. That's a hot topic. So much more. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6 today, KDKA.
I've been blessed in that I end up knowing a lot of business owners because I find them fascinating because I like people that work hard. And I also see the dynamic of how difficult it is. One of my boys, Joe Tambellini, quit. He was in the restaurant business from the time he was like 10 years old. And he decided about a month ago, I'm out. And literally closed the doors in probably top 5 restaurant in the area. And much of the reason was 8,000 different things that come at you as a businessman today. Like Joe would say, I'm paying guys that make salads $50,000, and then food costs, and then insurance, and then employees. The dynamic of work and labor in America changed during COVID, and business owners have to adapt. And one of my friends that I've known for a hell of a long time, and every time I see him out, we talk about this because he gets it, because I've seen him so much and I've had them in my house, is Donald Sebastian from Coit. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, Marty. How are you?
How long have you been doing this? This is actually amazing.
Well, this is our 54th year.
The game, be honest with me, has changed.
The game has changed considerably.
It's
yes.
insane.
It doesn't get easier. It gets harder.
So you haven't been doing it 54 years. That would make you like 105.
Right.
But your family has. And
Correct.
You kick ass, and you pride yourselves on this work ethic and professionalism. But let's be honest. When this business was started 54 years ago, the employee was different, sir. Right?
Yes. Yes, of course.
No. Describe that employee for me. They would do anything.
Anything. It wouldn't matter. They would do whatever, any function that we needed to get done. It happened
All the time.
all the time. So there wasn't a question. We asked, and it was done. Now it's a whole different ballgame.
So, see, because my father was that work ethic. That's why I'm a little crazy, because they teach us this. In that day, like when you're hiring people in the 60s, they wanted that job, man. And they would have done anything for your company, right?
Right.
And they would work any hours.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And they were loyal as hell.
Right.
And they would stay there 25 years.
Right.
Is this not true?
Yes.
There's old Joe. He's been there 20, right?
Right.
Now, they give you their best hour. And I'm not trying to pick on your employees because they've been in my house and they kick ass.
Yes.
But the dynamic has changed, has it not?
Completely.
Describe the dynamic now in terms of trying to get new people.
Well, now, first of all, you have to go in search of an employee that has a valid driver's license. You have to make sure that they're.
Hold on, this is hard.
It's very hard.
It doesn't have a criminal record and a drug
Doesn't have
history.
right. They're driving our vehicles. We insure everyone. So that's the first stage of the game. So you can't even apply with Marty without having that. So that's the first challenge. And then once you can have someone come in, then you have to
Hold on. If they show up for the interview.
If they show up for the interview, which is also another whole ball game.
Hell yeah.
Yes. And that doesn't happen all the time. So we just have to roll with the change. It's just a constant battle.
But and by the way, he's an optimist, but I wanted him in here today to discuss this dynamic of what's changed. My friends will set up, this is the truth, they'll have an opening. They'll set up 15 interviews. 3 people show up of the 15.
Right.
What is that, man? What the hell is that, brother?
Something.
What is that? Donald?
I don't know. After COVID, everything changed.
Why?
Because I think somehow everyone got accustomed to sitting at home and collecting money somehow. And it doesn't, we can't function like that anymore. It's done. So it's a struggle for probably everyone, but especially a small business. So that's what we're faced with.
Well, using Pittsburgh as an example, PNC has people that order them back to work. They're raising hell about it.
Right. They don't want to go back to the office.
No. And my man, people got so settled in on this, they moved out of state, bought homes on the beach somewhere, and then they get an email, you're coming back to work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. And they resent that. They don't like that.
They hate you.
Right.
And then you get, not trying to be a jerk here, but you have a lot of laborers.
Right.
And oftentimes, some of the people you end up getting have a sketchy background. So you have to filter through that crap. Right?
Correct.
Right?
Correct. Yep.
Have you and your wife ever sat down and said, honey, this dynamic is almost too crazy to manage the way
Of course.
Have you, right?
Right. We do quite often.
Right?
Yes.
And I've had your people in my house at least 10 times, and they're magnificent because you select professionals, and you can't take anyone else, which makes it difficult, right?
Right.
What in the world do we do to get back to the way it was, sir?
I don't know if it's anything political. I don't know how to change the dynamic from Reaganomics to I don't know what happens.
Yeah.
But
I think you do know. During COVID, they were sent checks.
Right. So COVID, it was content. I'm like, all right, you can make a nice living sitting at home, and I'm not going back.
Right.
So now you have to go back, and you don't want to go back, and this is what we're faced with. So we lower our standard, and
Right on,
I can't lower our standard.
Well, hold on. This is Donald Sebastian with Coit. The reason why is you're obsessed with good people going into good people's homes. It's
Correct.
important, right?
Very.
And that's tough.
It's very tough because it's on us.
It is.
They follow us. They commercial, residential, whatever we do, the customer watches you.
And they're driving your friggin' cars with your name all over it.
Correct. Yes. So they call us. They see us. We're not invisible. They understand what we're doing, and we're on the line here.
Yeah.
So we have to be prepared. In if we somehow it's costly. Like it could ruin our company if God forbid something happens.
Americans have to find a way to inspire their kids again to want to work, and it's hard. And we have to make them understand how hard we had to work to get where we're at, and make them emulate the same thing. But I've talked to you a lot about this stuff. The biggest battle you face is not with getting customers, because you do great work. Equate is amazing. They've been in our house a dozen times. Insanely professional, spotless work. Your biggest issue is staff, isn't it?
Correct. Yes.
Right?
Yes. It's now just trying to weed out or figure out, as I said, if you have a license, if you can pass a drug test, if you can go into a home and be professional and you're accountable. We subcontract nothing. It's all on us.
Right on.
So we have to be prepared and expect the best, like from anyone who goes in this home.
But on a grand scale in America today, just as an example, 75% of the high school kids can't pass the physical or the proficiencies test to get into the military. Remember they used to say, send them to the Army? They can't pass the drug test. They can't pass the physical. They can't pass the background test. 75%.
You know, Marty,
seriously.
I believe it. I've attempted to hire many technicians, male and female.
Right on.
And I'm gung-ho. I'm excited.
Oh, you are. You're amazing.
And then all of a sudden, I can't get them to pass it. Or they don't show up.
Which is so annoying to me.
It's terrible. I'm like, we're back to square one.
It's a great company. They have a great rep. They do insane work, and he has a high standard. So, people, what is the best number if you have people out there looking for a gig? We'll find some good people.
Yes, we are hiring 1-800-4COIT, FORCOIT, or 412-241-1880.
And it pays well.
Spring is sprung, so we're
busy now.
We're busy now.
Yeah.
So now's the time to come to see us. We're in the home, we're in the business, and we're fortunate just to still be here.
It's a very loyal company, very hardworking. The work is impeccable. The reviews are insane. If you want a good gig, it's a place to go. Donald Sebastian, my brother, thanks for telling the truth, my man.
You're welcome, Marty. Anytime.
Your son's going to be a doctor.
Yes, he wants to be a doctor. Yes, he's going to med school.
And you're the doctor of carpets.
Drapes and carpets.
Yeah. Drapes and carpets. Donald Sebastian, one more time on the numbers in case folks are
Sure, 1-800-4COIT, FORCOIT, and 412-241-1880.
Joe Tambellini, one of the best chefs in the country, one of the most successful restaurants in the state. He shut it down for the very reasons Donald just laid out, pulling his hair out. We're trying to get good people. It ain't easy.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
You've probably seen it on local real estate shows or in the classifieds. A home is for sale, and the listing boasts about having a petite bathroom or a petite kitchen. Hi, this is Barry and Steve Ehrenrich.
It's gratifying and most humbling to know that long ago, the Petite brand became a status symbol in Western Pennsylvania. Whether you prefer a traditional or very contemporary design, upgrading your kitchen or bathroom the Petite way adds value and makes your home more desirable.
For over 50 years, we've helped thousands of satisfied customers make their kitchen or bathroom dreams come true. We invite you to visit our showroom at Petite Kitchen and Bath Design Center or call us at 412-279-2222.
You'll see great ways to create the kitchen or bathroom that fits your taste, your lifestyle, and your pocketbook.
Haven't you waited long enough?
PA 625.
Pittsburgh is on the clock. Our comprehensive draft coverage is powered by Bowser Chevrolet. It's more than just the players. It's the vibe of the city. Where to go, what to do, we have you covered. It's presented by Target Freight Management and brought to you by your local AAA travel office and by Groundworks, formerly Baker's Waterproofing. On the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction or your money back. File in the Credit Karma app.
No use denying it. Old Man Winter's been hard on our homes. If it's drafty windows, overflowing gutters, rotted trim, or that dreaded leaking roof, PJ Fitzpatrick can take care of your home repair project before it turns into costly structural damage. Don't keep putting it off. This is the best time to call the repair experts at PJ Fitzpatrick. No job too big or too small. They'll fix it right the first time. Visit trustpj.com.
This is Dr. Peduzzi with the American Back Centers in Wexford. A common question I get from patients is, are my only options steroid shots or surgery? The answer is no. You should consider a second opinion. At American Back Centers, we use our non-surgical decompression protocol, a cutting-edge treatment that targets the actual cause of your back pain without heavy medications, steroid shots, or invasive surgery. Schedule your free evaluation online at AmericanBackCenters.com or call us today at 724-935-3300.
At American Back Centers, you've got nothing to lose but the pain.
Hey, folks, appliances are big purchases. Mistakes can quickly become expensive. That's why I recommend Voss TV and Appliance. Family owned since 1960. Pittsburghers have trusted Voss for decades because they do right by people. The Voss family and their entire team are experts who know appliances and TVs inside and out and provide helpful advice before, during, and after your purchase. Shop Voss's South Hill showroom. Go to VossTV.com or call 412-650-VOSS. Voss TV and Appliance, the lowest prices, guaranteed.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. A southwestern Pennsylvania automotive company has expanded its footprint in Ohio. Butler-based Deal Automotive has acquired 2 stores in Worcester, Ohio, from the Firelands Auto Group. Deal Toyota of Worcester is located at 1363 West Old Lincoln Way, and Deal Volkswagen of Worcester is at 1423 West Old Lincoln Way. Financial terms of the transaction were not disclosed. Deal, which sells new and used vehicles and has several locations throughout the region, was founded in 1995. Also, the Dick's Sporting Goods Pittsburgh Marathon has officially sold out, P3R announced yesterday, with the organization preparing to host what is expected to be the largest marathon weekend in event history, with more than 50,000 participants anticipated. The primary event, the 26.2-mile marathon race, is sold out, though registration remains open for a limited number of additional marathon weekend events. P3R said participants are encouraged to register soon, as several secondary races are nearing capacity and are also expected to sell out. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I don't know, man. I don't know. On a personal level, we have a platform that's growing rapidly, and we need We need people that shoot video and want to go out on their own in the streets and be aggressive. This is true. Along the lines of what Donald was saying about Coit and finding good people. This is a true story that happened to us. So we wanted to bring in some young people, like Get Marty types, Tamara Rush types, that kind of assertive, aggressive attitude who really want to work. She loves the business, chases the rabbit, into it big time. We wanted to find a couple youngins to get going on this, shoot videos for us, make a difference, blah, blah, blah. We couldn't. The local colleges, we couldn't find. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I'm not going to embarrass anybody, but not to be disrespectful, but our business has changed dramatically. We get as big or bigger an audience on the stream as we do on AM radio, and then we shoot videos that reach, 25, 30 million people a month, and so you need people that want to go out and do things. And we contacted the local colleges, which would seem to me the place where you'd go. They have journalism departments. And this kind of platform, they call them MMJs, multimedia reporters, and they do everything. And the modern day journalists will need a cell phone and build their own platform and do videos and do interviews, and that's what this is. Okay? We couldn't, I am not exaggerating, we couldn't find one person that was ready to run through walls to chase the rabbit. I can't say American work ethic is dead, but I ask all my friends that own businesses the percentage of people that they have that are A students. I mean A. They say 5%. 5. One of my buddies owns a significant number of daycare centers. He will set up interviews for 25 people. 5 of them will show up for the interview. I don't know why that happens. And I don't know. I think it's up to us. I make our kids work. I'm not a slave driver. They have a hell of a life. But they all have jobs. The girls are both at Pitt, but they work. Vince, my son, teaches swimming. He's going to work at Scoops, an ice cream shop, so he'll teach swimming in the summer, work at Scoops at 2 jobs. He's 15. And I'm not saying I'm the best parent in the world. I'm saying that we have to teach them to work the way we do. Now, I don't ask them to get up at 4 in the morning like I do, but I ask them to work. We cannot expect America to be America if our kids are raised to be, huh, Dad? Where? We make them work. If they don't work, I take away everything of value. And I'm not trying to be a jerk. It's just how it is. And Donald has a great business at Coit. And most of the people that he interviews don't want to work. That's why Joe Tambolini shut down his restaurant. Seriously. I can't wrap my arms around it, man. And it's why half the kids can't do the sit-ups to get into the Army. It's why 75% of all the students that graduate from CCAC, that go into CCAC from the city schools need remedial classes just to do math and English. And CCAC does that, but we're kind of in a tenuous place in America. It's tough. I cannot tell you how many people say to me, I'm trying to hire people, I'm desperate. And the men and women that grew up the way we did with this crazy work ethic, they're not there anymore. It's why it's kind of ironic with the folks who can't stand immigrants, because the people that I see working their asses off right now are from Nicaragua. I'm not kidding. No work. You'll see them at 6 in the morning, pull the trucks up into the neighborhood, and then you'll see them at 6 in the evening. And it gets dark and they're still working. It's crazy. And every single guy I know says to me, man, I wish I could find 10 people. 10 people. The only thing we can do is teach our kids to work and make sure that they have a work ethic and a value system that you have and a work ethic you have. If you don't teach them that, they will fail, and they will be in your basement watching movies when they're 40 years old waiting for you to make their car payment, and that's not cool. Donald Sebastian, I'm glad he came in here and told the truth today. It's just tough. He has a hell of a business. And his biggest issue is not getting customers, because they get great customers and they do great work. It's getting great employees. And it breaks your heart to hear the truth, but it's the damn truth.
When you need to know, depend on the news leader. At home, in your car, or at work. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM, AM 1020, and KDKARadio.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-948-7878. That's 800-948-7878.
Have you saved enough? What are you going to do with Social Security? What will your taxes look like in retirement? Kurt Knodik and Ethan Lane at Accurate Solutions Group believe retirement planning should be easy, and you should be able to get all the information you need in one place. That's why Kurt and Ethan's team created the Your Retirement Kit, a comprehensive resource for your retirement. In it, you'll find a copy of the Retirement Income Planning booklet. This booklet will help guide you through retirement with insight on taxes, Social Security, income, and more. To get a copy of your retirement kit, text KIT to 412-515-3355. In addition to the booklet, you'll also receive updated resources on some of retirement's most common concerns. Help simplify your retirement planning. Claim your retirement kit from Kurt Knodik and Ethan Lane now by texting KIT to 412-515-3355. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
Hey, this is Lisa from Nest Expressions Window Fashions, and I am inviting you to visit my newest gallery in the South Hills at 3150 Washington Road, McMurray. You will find the most beautiful draperies made right here in Pittsburgh in my very own workroom. Besides my passion for draperies and fabric, I have the most talented designers on my team at Nest Expressions Window Fashions. So call today or book a free shop-at-home appointment at nestexpressions.com.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Sunny and 73 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 2 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander. News brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. With their famous lifetime warranty on materials and labor, trust PJ.com. Immigration agents temporarily assigned to Pittsburgh International Airport are no longer there, according to airport official.